Hello, everyone, and welcome to Session 1 of Aneria, the Shattered Realms. Oh, boy, it's time. It has been a long time, and we are so glad to be back here at the table. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks.
thanks.
I feel like it's been forever since I was sitting here.
It has been a long time.
None of us have showered.
Yep, none of us at all.
Still good.
But we are really excited
for 2 months.
To be here. We are really excited to get started. I think we just have a couple quick announcements, things to get through. First of all, as a reminder, we are moving to a 3 episode, then a week off schedule. That's to both help us build a little bit of a buffer for any sort of situations that come up for their characters and our players. Not for the characters. The characters can deal with it in game. For the players,
release schedule.
Yes, that's a release schedule. So you'll see 3 episodes, and we'll keep reminding you, and then we'll just take a week off. We also are going to continue doing our streams on Friday or on Wednesday if we decide to do print streams.
Art stream.
We have to try to talk about the Wednesday because that's when we release her.
Well, that might be,
that's right.
That might be Friday because my Friday games just moved to Saturday. So.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so we can do that on Saturday. So be sure to come to YouTube or check us out on Twitter. Or not Twitter, Twitch down below. I'm off to a wonderful start tonight. And you can see all of that glory. It's basically just us hanging out, talking about whatever we want, and maybe a little bit of an area, answering your questions and whatnot. And
Bring
who
the
knows?
chaos. We'll bring it to life.
Oh, yeah. There's so much good stuff on those streams. In fact, we'll get to see a little bit of that tonight, and we'll get to that in just a moment here. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to Syrinscape, who's going to be providing wonderful sound effects for the evening. And anything else you could think of? Merch. Yeah, buy our merch. Look at these shirts. Look at these wonderful shirts. They're really cool.
Holy shirt, that looks great.
We need to get a season 2
finally got one.
shirt.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we need
Ooh,
A Shattered Realms shirt.
maybe like the Tales of
Shattered
Aneria, but
Realms
it's
tail.
shattered, like it's all broken
And then like
apart.
the shirt is like has like white stars, like paint spot, like Jackson Pollock.
We will start working on a season 2 shirt. You can tell that we are professionals here.
Basically, it's just us saying, "Hey, Preston, make something cool."
Yeah.
Don't mess up, Preston.
We also have
Being our art director.
Yeah.
And artist.
We also have the dankest swass swimming shorts now, which you can get.
If you want on your booty.
Yep, and it's wonderful. I
They're
love
actually
them.
really comfortable.
We need to get a short out for
They
them.
are the highest quality swim trunks I own.
Wow. Now I gotta get some.
I don't own very many swim trunks, so that's not saying
Don't
anything.
know if I could go into a pool seriously.
But I know, right?
You can pull it off,
Commitment.
dude.
You gotta own it.
Pull
Just gotta own it.
It's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And then you can just accuse people, why are you looking at my butt?
Juicy.
Exactly. But I think that's just about it. Are we ready? Are we ready to jump into it? Okay,
Are we
let's
ever
go.
ready?
No, not really. We'll go ahead and jump into tonight's game then. We begin Season 2, 2 years after in a few days, give or take, after the Night of Shifting Stars, which is the name that people of Aneria have given to the events that changed the very foundation, not of their lives, but of reality. While things have changed, such as the influx of new people and dangers, for the most part, life has returned to a sense of normality. Unfortunately for all but the greatest scholars and leaders, life doesn't stop at the fundamental changing of reality. People still need to eat, so they continue to work and adjust to whatever life throws at them, whether it's a ripped shirt or a flood of new memories. To that effect, we begin tonight in Salsport, that wonderful cliffside city, and specifically down at the docks, where a ship is currently pulling in to port. They're going to be turning around and heading back upriver because it is now no longer able to continue downriver to come out the other end. It's got a long trek up back to Archdom, but it's still making it.
Going against the current.
Yes, it is definitely not fun.
A new concept.
The gangplank of this ship is thrown onto the deck. Scott, what's the name of this ship? I forgot to name it.
Catch of the day.
The catch of the day. So the gangplank of the catch of the day is flung down and rattles to a stop. Moments before the captain, a gruff hobgoblin with a ruddy orange skin and a long black braid, calls out, "If you're stopping here, you've got 5 minutes to get out before you'll have to wait for my crew to finish unloading." A few figures emerge from below deck, many looking bedraggled and a little worse for wear. Each bears the marks of hardened mercenaries that have been put through the ringer of dangerous waters. There are no wounds on their persons, though the cuts in armor and clothing indicate that is because someone has healed them. And that someone steps out from below deck in the midst of these mercenaries. Colby, what does Alomah look like, and what does he do as he steps out from below deck?
Alomah Stargazer. He is a kind of a gray, charcoal gray Kitsune, looking a little more wolfish than foxish. He's got a little bit of more white kind of in the snout and around the eyes and things like that.
I'm saying down here, there's a little spinny thing.
Oh, yes. Checked out. Anyway, he's wearing like brown studded leather. Underneath you can see kind of a blue, well, it's kind of a brown and blue up top. He's got like some kind of maybe canvasy pants, white shirt.
Straps on straps.
Straps, lots of straps. Mm-hmm. Backpack, a shield that's kind of in the shape of a leaf. Mm-hmm. But no discernible weapons that you can see otherwise. Pouches and poultices and bottles. And he just steps off and kind of looks around and scratches himself a little, scratching for fleas.
You do the leg twitch.
Yeah.
But you're full up standing and
makes
your
his
leg
own.
just comes up.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
And he just looks up at the sky. What time of the day is it?
It is just after sunrise, so it's
Okay.
early morning. Yep.
Okay.
The moon is no longer in the sky.
Okay.
You can barely make out maybe a few stars. You can see a couple distant blobs that might be one or two of the other realms that you can see in the distance.
He looks to where the moon had set and sort of nods, and then he looks around behind him to see if his new companion is following.
Yeah. You do get a couple like grateful nods and everything from the other mercenaries because you have been kind of doling out the healing as it were.
Remember,
after.
lots of water over the next few days.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
On the wound?
I was touch and go for a little bit there. I really appreciate it. Are you sure there's nothing that I can like get you? Like, I mean.
No, thank you. But have you been to Southport before?
Yeah. I mean, I've been here every now and then.
I don't suppose you know the location of the Wayward Watch. I'm on the look for them.
He's gonna roll a history check. Yeah, that rings a bell. You're gonna want to go find the tallest tower in the city.
You mean that one?
Yeah, that one right there. It used to belong to some weird mage. Now it belongs to some weird artificer. And the rest of the Wayward Watch. So.
Right. Well, my thanks.
Yeah, of course. And the guy picks up his little briefcase because his is more like his little carrying case and walks out. He's a businessman.
He's on a business trip.
Yes.
So is that
Attacked by pirates every time.
Yeah.
or is he
Knew I should have flown first class.
is he the assassin and in that briefcase is like a bow that he like screws
Yes. The most complicated bow.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're kind of waiting for your partner. That's kind of been traveling with you.
And yeah, exactly. Like companion might have been a reach.
You guys are kind of like
We're new acquaintances.
yeah. You've kind of split over. You met 2 years ago on the night of Shifting Stars, and you've kind of diverged and met with each other. It almost seems like destiny keeps pulling
it's
you
like
two back
Aaron
together.
Burr and Alexander Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep meeting.
And the last person who comes up from below deck is actually that other companion. He waited until the last, that's kind of his way.
That's my style.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about him
Yeah.
and what he does?
So Aramis, half elf, he's pretty small, a little bit scrawny. Doesn't look like he could hold his weight in a fight, but as been witnessed at least by Alomah, not necessarily the case. Maybe the looks are a bit deceiving. He is wearing kind of shades of purple and dark blue, not like very like a static or like popping colors, but more like the night or like the various shades of like when the sun starts to go down. He's got like a silver breastplate. He's got 2 short swords and a lute on his back, which is this brilliant like cherry wood red color.
Yeah, wonderful.
And yeah, he just steps off the boat, looks for Alomah.
Okay. Looks like we're heading to that tower.
All right, sounds like we've got our heading then.
Okay. The two of you continue on through the city, up the main streets, and we are actually going to fly ahead and cut to that tower. And inside Tiscadia's tower, it's kind of business as usual. The magical staff is going around cleaning up everything. There's a few extra rooms that are a little vacant, but they're still being maintained at this point. And it's just about breakfast time, but there's something that's interrupted breakfast, and that is a small halfling woman is currently trying to fit something onto Bolt's head. She's on this footstool. You're kind of sitting there. She's kind of climbed up on, not a footstool, it's a regular stool. And she is just kind of like adjusting, and every now and then she like takes it and she like almost like stretches it out a little bit, or she'll make like a little tweak and everything. And then finally she plops it down, and it's one of those like hats that is kind of dome shaped, and it's got the little, flap behind it, sort of like a Mongol hat, or like, that kind of style. And she finally gets in place and she goes, "All right, how is it?
Feels okay.
Good. This is Lily Cassidy, by the way. She is a wizard that you contracted specifically for this item. Now, here's all the information on it, individual, and she hands you like 3 or 4 different scrolls, warranty, magical command words, etc., etc. So whenever you're ready, you can attune to it as you need to, of course, and then go from there.
Just standard like most magic items, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your work on this.
Oh, well, no problem. I appreciate your patronage.
Of course.
And she is going to jump down, kind of dust off her dress a little bit, and she's going to say, if there's nothing else, you have a wonderful day.
Oh, let me lead you out.
Of course. So, out of game, as you are leading Lily out, we had a wonderful gentleman on our streams, Anthony Cassidy, who has donated a lot of money to the stream. Like, it is an insane amount of money, and we love him for it. But specifically one night, he donated money to earn enough to get Bolt a magic item. And so I let him pick a magic item, and he picked a Helm of Teleportation. Ooh. So you guys now have that to travel around with as it is. It's going to be an item that you just kind of like attune to and then take off and attune back to something.
Yeah, I'm not going to wear it all the time.
Yeah. Just because your 2-minute slots are pretty full. So thank you, Anthony. And he also wanted to get you a wand of fireballs, but I put the kibosh on that. Just because I feel bad, getting donated money is fine and everything, but I still it's like, do I deserve that money? So it's whatever. But thank you, Anthony. We appreciate it, and hopefully this serves the party well.
Awesome.
So after you let Lily out, you close the door, and the homunculus servant is there. Oh man, I forgot his name.
I don't have my last
Kilobix. Yes, thank you. And he says, I believe that is the last visitor for the morning, if you'd like to go adjourn to the breakfast table.
I think I'm going to pass today. Make sure Victor eats, though. Is Victor back, I guess? Is he in the tower as well?
Yeah, he probably would have come back in a hurried fashion on the broom and told you that if Lyra comes, he's not here.
Okay. Make sure something's set out for Victor. He came in quite late last night, and I don't know if he's awake yet, but I'll go pound on the door on the way back up. I'm gonna go back to my workshop and see if I can. Well,
Yes, of course. If you need anything, let me know.
Thank you.
And he just kind of melts back into the floor.
So I'll go ahead and head back up, and as I pass Victor's room, I'm gonna... Victor! If you're awake, there's breakfast for you down in the dining hall.
Did Lyra send you?
No, I sent myself. But Kilobix made it.
You swear it.
Yes, have you ever known me to lie to you?
All right. I'll open the door, kind of look up and down the hallway, set the broom to the side, and then close the door behind him, lock the door.
What's with all the secrecy?
Oh, nothing, just a little playful banter between Lyra and I, Don't tell her the broom's in there. Please.
So you two are still mingling? Knife dancing, I guess?
We've been knife dancing since the day we were born. I'll leave that up to your interpretation.
Go eat some breakfast.
There's no snickering corner with Eve and Seradon anymore. You can get away with these innuendos a lot easier.
Yep.
Bolt, you turn around, and you're trying to head back upstairs when something happens that's never happened to you before. You sneeze.
Shoot.
Spraying oil.
There doesn't seem to be any fluid coming out, but you do like the full like sneezing motion. Yes.
Chew. Do I dad sneeze? Like you can hear it through the whole tower. That was weird.
Are you okay?
I mean, yes. That's new.
Do I need to call a doctor, or are you sure?
Mechanic.
Dander.
I mean, I could...
We can no longer. That's my disadvantage on stealth now. When the Aloma's around, I'm like,
flitting your tail back and forth.
Like your eyes are watering. You're just holding your nose.
Actually, you were breathing. You were kind of sniffing a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you exactly what you're smelling here, because
what does it smell like?
yeah, exactly. That is the thing that we do. I just need to pull it up.
What does it smell like? What does it taste like?
Aneria Season 2, The Shattered Smells.
We will go to each realm and smell it.
That's our goal. That's our goal. Here on
I wonder what the
everywhere.
Eternal Empire smells like.
Peat moss.
Probably skeletons.
Death and decay.
Smells like botflies.
Mold. That would be what I would think that the Everblight smells like. It's like a fungus, like rotten
peat.
vegetation.
It smell like the bucket that you have full of weeds that you left outside, and then it rains. And
The
it gets
garbage can full of grass clippings after a week. Yeah.
hot.
It kind of has this little crackle of ozone, like something has just like teleported.
Smelling your helmet.
Yeah, I will take it off and.
Doesn't seem to be coming from there. It seems to be coming from inside you.
It's coming from inside the house.
Victor will be kind of just watching him.
So I'll open up the chest cavity and see. I mean, obviously I'll go to like a mirror.
Yeah. You don't see anything in there, and then you sneeze again.
This is true.
And you hear something in your mouth. As you spit, a tiny, maybe about 2-inch long fairy dragon falls out of your mouth and lands in your palm. It immediately like hops up and starts like gnawing on your finger, like biting at you a little bit. You can see that it's kind of got this long whip tail. It's red in coloration, so it's just kind of a baby. And then you kind of like shake your head a little bit, and 2 more come squirming out of your mouth and start fluttering around.
Okay.
One of them
At least
is
it's not butterflies.
one of them has large butterfly-like wings.
I hate you. I don't like you.
And the other one is like lands on just kind of like an end table that's in this hallway, and the ground underneath it turns into like a mirror-like sheen instead of its normal coloration.
Does it like change into a metal, or is it just?
Yes,
get
it looks
super
like
shiny?
it looks like it turns into like a mirror surface, either slivered or like a glass.
You didn't tell me you were pregnant.
I wasn't aware I was pregnant.
You just had children.
This is similar to that time that Eve vomited up Ceradon.
That's
the other
true.
way around.
The other way around. Reverse
That's
that.
true. We have some really weird family members here.
The one with the large butterfly wings flutters up to you, and you can tell like as she like spreads the wings out, they're really large, and they have like
How
that
big
eye pattern.
is it? Like
So she's probably like like 2 or 3 inches long, and then
size
her
of-
wings are
size of a
probably like
softball or something?
yeah, the wings are probably like double her size. Yeah,
So like volleyball
yeah.
size. Wow.
And she's the biggest out of the 3, but it's mostly wing. And you can see like they have that little eye pattern on it, but as you're like watching the eyes kind of like shift and move, almost like the ink is either moving or the eyes themselves are looking in various directions. And she goes, "Hello."
Hello.
I'm Shimmerai. Yep. And then she points. That's Crackle-tail biting you, and that's Mirror Step.
Oh, well, I'm Bolt, and this is Victor.
Oh, okay.
Victor's just staring, jaw hitting the floor.
And you're
like, what is going on?
the
What?
Wayward Watch?
Yes.
Yes, I got it right. All right. I have a message from our mother, Glitterbug.
You did what with Glitterbug?
This could have been pre-memory thing, but I remember all that, so... I don't know. Did I get really drunk with that?
no.
I kind of had a feeling that Glitterbug was behind this. But go on.
Yeah, we followed you through the wand.
Yes. The wand. I forgot I had. Oh, yes. My wand of fairy magic.
And she says, I am here to tell you that you're... How did she say it? Cordially invited to a spectacular event at Hollowbend Sanctum. You and the Wayward Watch, who appears to only be half here. But that's okay. Bring who you want. Glitterbug wants to show you the state of her place and ask for a favor.
Oh. Well, what do you say, Victor? I don't really have much going on for the next little bit.
I need a refill for another medal, so sounds like good to me.
Sure. Tell Glitterbug that we will start traveling that direction.
Oh, well, we're supposed to come with you. She didn't want us traveling alone.
Okay.
So, you accept?
We're gonna need a little bit of time, but yes.
Hooray! And she does clap her paws together, and she goes, "Prepare for adventure!" And then Crackle-tail kind of whips his tail, and you see like this little not sparks, but yeah, kind of like sparks come off of it. And he goes, "And danger." And then Mirror Step, who has sunk through his mirror thing and is now like sticking out of like a mirrored part of Bolt, says, "And mischief."
And headaches.
Yeah, so for the time being, you have 3 baby fairy dragons that are fluttering around / crawling around you.
Protect
So.
my life. I would die for you.
And then Killabix actually appears again, and he goes, "I am so sorry to interrupt your..." Oh. And he kind of like watches the fairy dragons for just a moment.
Killabix, fairy dragons, Killabix.
And they all just like swarm him and start like sinking into his wax a little bit.
Gilbix, you might want someone to come and clean up. He just gave birth.
Right, of course.
And there's glitter everywhere.
Glitter all over the place.
That's not what I would usually associate with birth, but okay.
You could have John come clean it up.
John the broom.
John, the head of the brooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a promotion.
He's head of room.
He got an extra handle.
There are
Just double handled one.
2 gentlemen standing outside of the tower, looking to speak with the Wayward Watch.
Oh. And,
Are you expecting someone?
no. Were you?
Lyra, but if it's 2 dudes, I probably not.
Probably. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's head down and meet him. So we'll go down back downstairs and open the door.
Okay. You open up the door and you see a Kitsune and a half-elf with a lute standing in front of you.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
We're looking for the Wayward Watch. I assume we're in the right place.
You are.
Probably
My name is Bolt. This is Victor. We are members of the Wayward Watch.
Well met. My name is Alomah Stargazer, and this is my traveling companion, Aramis Oldhill.
No, did you say old helm or
Older helm.
older helm? Oh, right.
I'm not quite sure how to, well, say this other than just to come out and say it.
If you want my signature, I can. It's not a big deal. We get asked for signatures all the time.
What?
This might
You
have
and-
been a waste
These
of
must be
time.
fans.
You invested in those business cards, and you've only handed out 2 of them at this point.
All right, here. Let me go see if I can find.
No,
one.
just
All
go
right,
on.
all
Sorry
right. I
about that.
apologize.
I think Victor would attune to his business card so that he could send it.
They're all made out of metal, like they're like thin brass or something. Yeah, you can like shuffle my cards.
I'm looking for information on, well, the moon.
Moon.
I know that, or at least I've heard, that you were involved in the revelation of the stars years ago, and I was hoping that perhaps you might be able to tell me a little bit more. I'm a healer, you see, and, well, I feel that she is my deity, but I have as yet had any sort of formal contact with her. And well, I suppose I'm on the hunt, and I thought maybe you might be able to shed some additional light on it.
That explains why you are here. What is your dealing?
I don't really care about the moon, if I'm being honest. I'm just here because my god told me find a way to watch.
And who's your god?
Not a lot of people have heard of him. His name's Zolos.
Can't say that I have heard of him.
Yeah, like I said, not that many
Okay.
people.
So 2 gods sending people towards us.
Looks a bit empty in there.
I'm gonna roll a investigation check on the
Inside.
2 of them, or insight check. I want to see if I can pull any like vibes from them, like they're
Okay.
trying to be secretive. That's a 7. So that's the insights. That is a 16.
What does a 16 provide him from you guys? I mean,
Yeah,
are you?
I haven't said any lies or anything.
Yep, it doesn't. Yeah, he seems to be very serious, very one-track mind. Alomah also seems serious, but more head in the clouds serious, right? Like you are a seeker. He is a hunter, right?
Now, how long have you 2 been traveling together?
Well, not
I
long. We met each other a couple
was a
of
couple
years
of
ago,
nights,
and
and
we've crossed paths, and fought off some mercenaries on a ship. We seem to keep running into each other.
So, possibly fate.
Perhaps, or guided by our gods.
One would call
That's-
that fate.
That's the one. Not fate. Gods.
Okay. Well, we're actually about to head out. If you would like to accompany us, we'll tell you everything we know about what happened on the night of the... What was it?
The shifting stars.
Night of Shifting Stars.
I would be grateful for any information you could give.
Excellent. Here, and I will grab like a pack of like pre-made like ration stuff, and I'll hand one to you, and like hand one to you as well.
Alright.
Do you need anything from your room?
Put it in my bag of holding.
I probably should have for that. I'll go get the.
Yeah.
I'll get it back.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
And I'll
Just
just
dive
I'll come
out the
down.
window.
Yeah, I'll dive out. I'll
Yeah,
come
I mean,
down.
it's uncommon, but it's yeah. You can, it's 500 gold, I think, is what bag of holding.
I'll just grab the broom and then head off, or go off the whatever our skyport thing is.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just jump out your window if
Yeah.
you wanted, like right before you hit the ground. Berserker!
Wait, did you say you were on your broom?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, nice broom. Is that a firebolt?
No, this one's Brisinger.
This one's a cumulonimbus.
Oh, I see. That's a bit of an older model then.
Some might say, but it's a classic. She's a little rough.
I'm gonna
around
yell
the
back
edges.
into the house. Kilobix!
Yes.
Victor and I are headed out. We don't know when we'll be back, but does he have I would imagine he probably has access to a ring.
At this point, yeah, he has a communication ring on him for sure. One other thing to notice that there is a beautiful lush garden around the tower now. It's
Helm's been working.
Yep, Helma has been
Where's
maintaining it. He's just out back.
It's out back.
Yep. He's wearing his big, like, large gardening hat. That
And
he
it's
has.
huge.
Mhm.
It's like that the moon goddess in the new game,
Oh, yeah.
but bigger.
Yeah.
He's really
Just
big.
trimming the hedge.
Actually, he does come up because he's like, I apologize, I have been eavesdropping. But if you're leaving, I'll keep an eye on the grounds. And Alomah, was it?
Yes.
Here, and he holds up, like, to him it's tiny, but it's kind of like a decent sized bushel, and in it is just a stack of Luna berries. And he goes, for the road, I thought it might be appropriate.
Oh, thank you. Luna berries, correct?
Correct. Named after the moon.
Which was not known about until recently.
Yes.
I thank you.
You're welcome.
It is odd to get used to, huh?
It is. I was named Stargazer before I even knew what stars were.
Well, thank you, Helm. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, I don't have anything relating to
It's all right.
your vagueness, but here, and he hands you a rose, a single rose. Good luck on your adventure.
Thank you. You know how to get in touch.
Of course.
Where are we off to then?
We're off to Hollowbend Sanctum.
And you hear a trio of yippee as three fairy dragons come out of wherever they've been hiding in Bolt. Probably from that same mirror spot.
Yeah,
All
or
three
like-
of them come bursting out.
Or like, some loose plate or something.
Yep. Come squirming out.
Oh,
And-
yes. I'll introduce all three of them to these guys.
Perfect. And Crackletail lands on Aramis's head. Sorry, not Aramis. And starts like whipping his tail back and forth. And it just like snaps, and you can hear like it's almost like a kind of like a sparkler or those two like magnet
Yeah.
things that you throw together. Yeah.
All right.
So we'll head out. After we got everything we need packed, I probably would have ran in and grabbed the backpack so as well, or my bag holding. So the moon. So I'll tell the story. I'm going to start basically from the beginning, not like the beginning of an area. But it'll be like, kind of a brief like how the Wayward Watch met. Any adventures that might be pertinent to leading up to that kind of thing, and then especially like the Shattered or the Broken Expanse.
Right.
Tell about that, and talk about Housman Day, and then I'll get to the beacon being destroyed and seeing the son of the moon,
Son of Dusk is his
Son
name.
of Dusk.
Yep. Lurian.
Lurian.
Yep.
And then I will basically relay what he told us, which is the moon is his mother. Mother, not sister, right?
Mother. Lunera.
Yeah. And can we see the moon now because it's shattered, right?
Not right now. You can't
No,
see it right
okay.
now.
But
At night you can.
He told us that.
At night you can.
He told us
Yeah.
that it was broken.
No, he just couldn't feel it.
Oh.
You can see it at night, and you can see that it is broken. It's just like because it's daytime right now. Sorry, that's what I thought you meant.
Gotcha. Well, sometimes you can see the moon in the day.
Not this day.
Okay.
Don't try and catch me like that.
So that's kind of where we stand. I've done a little bit of astronomy about the moon and just kind of drawn some maps and stuff. And I will have grabbed some of those, and I'll give you some papers and stuff that are just sketches and maybe some like interesting things that I've seen through a telescope up close type of deal, some craters and things like that.
I never imagined to find such a wealth of information. Thank you.
Lunera. Did I know the name of the moon up until this point?
I would say no. This
Okay.
is the first you've heard about it. There,
Lunera.
even with all the information that's being recovered, there's very little on the moon itself. Yeah.
Lunera, that feels right. This son of the dusk, what happened to him?
I'm not sure. He kind of left our presence, and that was basically the last we heard of him. There have been a couple rumors floating around that he's been seen wandering, and it's usually right at dusk, of course, like his namesake, but other than that, he's very mysterious. We don't know much about him.
Well,
Other than he was trapped by his brother, and then we freed him.
and his brother was the leader of the Arcana.
Yeah, one of the three of the Triumvirate.
And Davros, his father.
The son, yes.
Well,
Bit of
forgive me-
a family theme going on there.
Forgive me if I'm being overly bold, but it seems to me as though your numbers have been thinned somewhat of late.
Victor was being somber and would kind of like visibly just kind of recoil from
We
the
don't talk about
situation.
it. No.
Yeah.
You are correct. A couple of our members have... they're still members, but they've moved on to other things. Well, one of them's got a great quest he's traveling with, and that was Ezra, and Eve and Ceridon. Eve is the voice of the wild, is chosen by the trio, and she and Ceridon are off doing that.
And you're left to pick up the pieces, I see.
It's not a job I mind, actually.
Well, I have felt prompted to find you, and I can see now why. It seems that great things happen to you wherever it is that you're going. I would love to join you if you would have me.
We have a very strict vetting process. Would you
Which
like to
is-
be in the Wayward Watch?
He kind of gives it like a gruff, like
Victor
I just kind of chuckle and
Chuckle
like
at
keep
that-
walking.
at that
Like,
point.
Victor slowly pulls out a scroll, kind of somber. Sign here.
funeral expenses.
Yeah.
who do we notify in case of your death?
And if you die, all the treasure gets redistributed equally between everybody else. Yeah.
I'm only signing this so I can stay close to the people who created the power vacuum. That's why.
I can respect that.
Forgive my companion. He can be a bit gruff.
Well,
And don't worry, it's non-exclusive.
there's no non-compete clause. You can, if you decide to move to a different
Non-solicit,
group, a different.
non-compete.
If you decide to go on a different quest, it's okay.
And Victor's like, I need a moment.
Excuse me.
Thank you. And he rolls it up, puts it in, takes a moment.
Wipes with the scroll, and then
Yeah, Alomah will sign it.
it's.
I'm honored. Thank you. But
We generally just look out for each other and watch each other's backs, and along with your friend Aramis, I do apologize if our antics may have caused some strife in your life. We weren't entirely sure the full fallout of what was happening, but our hearts were in the right place.
I don't know. I don't mean to speak for you, but my assumption was that you thought the creation of the power vacuum to be a good thing.
I don't really want to talk about it.
He doesn't talk much. If I'm being
That's
honest.
okay.
The three fairy dragons start circling his head, and they go, "He is very gruff. Let's make him gruffer." And roll me a wisdom saving throw. I think
Oh, that's really poor. How about an 8?
it is. You turn into a goat as they polymorph you. And it only lasts for like 10 minutes. At which time they
Only 10 minutes?
Only 10 minutes of the journey. At which time you turn back, and they're all still like riding on you, and they're like in your hair as you transform back into.
Wait, what? How are we traveling at the moment?
Probably just walking.
Just walking. We're just walking through Salzport right now.
Bold, we need to
Are we
talk
headed
about
to like the docks or
Yeah,
anything?
yeah. We'll probably head to the docks and find a boat to charter us. Well, yeah, because we'll want to go from Salzport,
We just need to
cross
cross
the river,
right?
Mhm.
So Salzport is on the same side of the river as
Oh,
6 Hills.
why was I thinking it was on
I was
the-
thinking on.
You're
the side.
thinking Last Stop, which is the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So we won't be heading for the dock. We're actually heading out towards the long road.
So here's something that I really should have thought of at the beginning. There's a lot of rivers in an area more than just the great rivers, right? That's the whole point of it, is that there are. So there is like riverboat travel if you wanted to charter
Go
that
inland.
instead of
We'll head to. It's not like the docks, but there will be like a river area, and we'll see if we can charter a boat to get us to 6 Hills. I'm sure there's something, some trade barge or something going back and forth. You know.
So back to Billy Goat over here. How does Aramis treat it after he's? First of all, after they change him, do you guys like ask them to change him back, or do you just
we
like?
really need to talk about this. I don't want to be the one to chastise your children, but we need to have a strategy. Am I their godfather or something? Or like,
Look. I follow the school of just let children be children. Just let them do what they're gonna do. They're free reign children.
I'm sorry, Mr. Billy Goat. I can't do anything for you.
I turn to him and I say, "Do me next."
I bleat angrily.
They're like, well, we can only hold one at a time, so you have to wait 10 minutes.
When you polymorph, do you keep your? I don't think you keep your intelligence.
You keep your intelligence and stuff, but you act like the animal, basically. Yeah, like it's not a
We'll take a small length of rope out, put it around your neck, just as. Then when you transform back, it'll just be hanging off.
little hangman.
Because we had to keep moving, and you were stopping to eat
From
some
now
grass.
on, you're going to be like the guy in Stardust,
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
the goat that gets turned into a human, and he's always like, "It's Ron Weasley's dad."
I am so sorry. I did not mean to take your serious character and make them a joke in the first 20 minutes. I just thought it'd be funny. But after like 10 minutes, you get changed back to normal. And,
I will try and squeeze out one of the dragons.
Okay, go ahead and roll me probably a. Let's
just
do
be an attack.
just like a grapple. Make an attack.
Just like an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
15.
15's that's
Okay.
good enough.
So I'll just squeeze it.
Now,
Scowl
and
at him.
Trying
I'll
to
open up a pocket, shove them in there, button it up.
And their little tiny head like pokes out one of the sides, and they just kind of just fall asleep.
All right, no more polymorphing. We need to be able to. I mean, I guess if someone asks for it, you can polymorph them, but
Noose on you.
All right, so the other two go over to you, and they're going to work together and polymorph. I'm assuming you're not going to you're going to intentionally fail your save.
Yeah.
Okay. Preston, what do they polymorph Alomah into? Fox would be too easy. Wolf would be too on the nose.
I'm going to say,
Something higher than a CR 1/2 beast, because I can do that myself.
We really, we're not that old. So.
How exotic are the can't do monstrosities?
No.
All I got in my head is dinosaurs.
what about like a Gila monster?
Oh, they turn you into a velociraptor with feathers.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah.
A raptor with feathers.
bright colored like yellows and.
I'd never
yellows
seen a
and reds.
velociraptor before, so this is new to me.
Do you run to a pool of water to see what you look like?
Yeah.
Okay, as a druid, you now have that in your head if you ever need to wild shape. So, and a goat.
I mean, at least he's more useful in this form.
Dang it! I should have chosen T-Rex.
Goats are good if you've got a yard that's overgrown.
No, mate.
Or a pile of garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have several goats that helm
They robotic goats.
When I hear that, I'll run up and just
They don't have teeth. They just have
Claw
like
at your
the
boots.
lawnmower blade. Yeah, like a push style one.
Technically, by the way, a velociraptor is a CR 1/4.
that's fair.
But now you can change
Still,
it whenever you want.
It wasn't something that I knew.
It's a really big chicken.
So travel to Hollowbend Sanctum, which is again, it's just kind of south of 6 Hills a little bit. It's
We
probably
gotta
the
go.
same-
We gotta go get a boat first.
Yeah. I'm going to hand wave that. You guys can find a boat charter just fine. That's not an important part that I had. If you want to play it out, you can.
What does it cost?
We'll just say that it's 50 gold for the trip.
Okay, I'll pay it.
Okay. But the trip to Hollowbend Sanctum takes some time, during which you get thoroughly annoyed by the 3 dragonlings, as you can already plainly see. Shimmerai, taking a page out of the stories her mother has told her of the Wayward Watch, spends her time making an elaborate home on Bolt's head. At first it's just a nest, but if it goes unchecked, soon enough Bolt has a hat on his head, other than your helmet teleportation.
I'm taking it off. After I attuned to it after the 1 hour,
okay.
I did take it off.
Okay. Basically, at the end of the journey, if you don't mess with the nest that she's making, it's a small house complete with a waterfall somehow.
I'm just going to accept it.
Okay.
Tell us back
Might be
on
hard
the way.
to sleep.
Yep.
Actually, no, that's some good white noise. That he was putting right.
Not to mention, Bolt doesn't really sleep. So.
Yep.
That's true.
No.
Crackle Tail spends his time attacking anything that the adventurers put down, whether it be a boot, a weapon, a pack, or themselves for the night. He'll often just jump on you and snap his tail right in your face to wake you up if you're...
Victor will be napping
If
and
the first
use
asleep.
one of his daggers to spar with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he
Tiny one in the
definitely
edge.
likes that. He also does take quite a shine to Aramis, since he was the one that got snapped out of the air. So he likes sleeping in your pocket now.
He just kind of crawls up and...
It's like the dad that didn't want the puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And-
already Alomah.
Yep. And Mirror Step spends most of his time hiding in his created mirrors. They don't last forever. They turn back to their same material or their normal material after a bit. But he'll pop out and snatch food or a coin
Except-
when it's least expected.
Except I pull the Ald Still out and put it around my arm.
Oh,
And
perfect.
it's like that quicksilver shiny.
And you'll see him like swimming through it almost and diving
Yeah.
in and out of it. But yeah, like Alomah, you'll be like bringing up a morsel of food up, and all of a sudden he'll pop out of like a mirrored surface and snatch it away from you and go back in.
Okay. Alomah likes him. He just chuckle.
Okay, perfect. And then when you get into like a mile left of the sanctum, it's pretty much on foot at this point. But once you hit that mile, I need everybody to make me a wisdom
Do we
saving
try to get
throw,
ambushed
please.
again by the same Minotaur? And we just go, buddy.
The one that
buddy.
you killed?
We're level 12
Well,
now.
it's his group. It's his group.
Yeah.
You remember us? Roll a history check. You'll remember.
That's
what are we-
a
what are we doing?
19.
15, DC 15 wisdom saving throw. 19, you're fine.
Fail.
Okay, Bosco.
13.
Fail.
Don't fail
Oh,
me.
that is Bosco's dice.
Wait, is
isn't
this
it?
never mind. Plus one.
9.
It's not a
9? Okay. So 9 total?
Yep.
Fail, and then you failed as
Yeah.
well? Okay. So everybody but Alomah, as you get into within 1 mile of Hollowbend Sanctum, you suddenly feel the overwhelming compulsion to leave an offering of like at least of 5 gold piece values stashed away on, like under a rock or something. Like it is immediate and it is overpowering.
Everyone?
Everybody except for Alomah.
Okay. 5 gold pieces.
All 3 of the fairy dragons, upon seeing you just like standing there looking probably a little confused as your players like
Yeah,
start,
I think I would look around and be like, oh, fairy magic.
and all 3 of the fairy dragons just like land on your shoulders and they're just like
I won't say anything.
Yeah.
I'll be like, well played.
and then as soon as you're done, like as soon as you've hidden it under a rock, whether it's something worth 5 gold pieces or just 5 gold pieces in itself, you just kind of like snap out of it and
Just continue on our way. I didn't realize that happened.
so Hollowbend is not just the Sanctum anymore. Hollowbend Forest has kind of been converted into a community in its own right.
There's still the archway.
Yes, in the center of this kind of forest, there is the archway, but a lot of the area has been cleared out, and a small little village/burgeoning town has actually sprung up here. As the party nears the forest, they find themselves suddenly in the middle of a well-maintained village. Pathways line the once wild grass, and wolf-like humanoids wave from their gardens as the group passes by. Overhead, a seemingly secondary village has been strung up against the trees, large nest-like homes that hold men and women with the torsos of humanoids, but the abdomens and legs of spiders. The 2 levels of the village seem interchangeable for its citizens, with wolfkin walking the pathways above, and arachnofolk meandering the paths or chatting with their neighbors on the ground. The whole village is permeated with the sounds of kind of the hustle and bustle and the scent of fresh dew in the morning. And you also do see a few You see it like a small little symbol for the Millibrex College that's kind of set off on this this log cabin that's been set up, and there are a few other like humans wandering around, halflings, that sort of thing.
Now, these spider-bodied people, do they look like your traditional Drider with the dark skin, or are they like
some of them do have that kind of gray skin,
or do they also have like
it's
lighter tones?
Yeah,
as well?
it's basically, it runs the gamut for color
Alright,
palettes there.
cool.
And
Yeah.
do we see any indication of any familiar parties from last time I heard Hollowbend Keep? I'm assuming these are the people from the.
These are the uncursed people from the Eternal War that the Wayward Watch assisted the last time.
Are there any familiar faces?
You don't see like the king or queen, and you really didn't get a good look at anybody else beforehand.
And we didn't see
they
them,
do
we didn't
to
see them
recognize
transform,
you.
I don't
No.
believe. They were still in their like pure animal form.
Yeah. But it seems like whatever curses they were afflicted with has been cured, and now
So they're cool with us just like walking into the village?
they're
like,
full on waving at you like you're just welcome here. It's not like there's anybody stopping you. But as you kind of like head in and admire the place a little bit, come to that little archway, the trio of fairy dragons suddenly spring out from their hiding spots and shout "Bubbles!" before racing towards an approaching figure. With a chuckle and a wave of his hand, a shimmering globe of energy forms, catching the three scamps within. They immediately go crazy and begin bouncing off the walls, becoming a blur of motion as they enjoy their own little bounce house. The gentleman before you is he's a wolfkin, but his fur is actually very blue, and he's kind of he's not really wearing a shirt. He's just kind of got a set of pants on. He has this sort of permanent makeup smile that's been plastered on his face, almost like a jester makeup. And he too has a lute strapped to his back, and he waves and he says, "Oh, it's really nice to meet you all. My name is Bosco. You're the Wayward Watch. Is that correct?"
We are.
And then that is what he looks like, by the way.
We are. It's quite the village you've got here.
Oh, thank you. It's not mine. I'm sort of the liaison for Glitterbug at this point, but yeah, it's a really nice little village they got going on here.
Well, we were invited by Glitterbug to a party.
Yeah.
Or something, a celebration,
Or
festival?
something, yeah. Thank you. I hope they weren't very much trouble. And he points at the bubble of blurry figures. So, yeah.
They were a delight.
Good. Glad to hear. They can be a little much, that's for sure. Well, while King and Queen Winterweld kind of handle the village and the town, I actually am his Glitterbug's herald, assistant, and so forth for all matters that concern the sanctum and its integration with the town. So I'm here to just guide you the rest of the way.
Oh, well.
And so you're Bolt,
Yes.
you're Victor, and
This is Alomah.
Alomah.
This is Aramis.
Aramis. Nice to meet you all.
Right.
Again, I am Bosco. Last name is Bubbles. That's why they were shouting. It's not just because I can create bubbles,
So-
although.
That's an interesting name.
Thank you, I picked it. Yeah. Anyway, shall we?
Sure. Midway.
Unless there's anything in the village that you'd like to do before you begin. And as he's saying this, he's like walking backwards and talking. He's still got that bubble in his hand. Just kind of...
Maybe after we speak with Glitterbug.
Of course. All right, so he takes you back to that archway. It's the same as it was before. The forest around it, again, has been a little cleared, but it's that same archway that just looks like it leads to the other side of the archway. It doesn't look like it leads anywhere else.
Fey paths. I'm gonna walk through it.
Okay, and Bolt disappears. And Bosco just kind of waves a hand for the rest of you.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'll follow.
I'll follow.
I do like the hesitation of like, what if this is just going to kill
And
me?
I run the other way.
Yeah.
New character.
I would like
Didn't
to
like
play
that guy
a fairy
anyway.
dragon now.
Cast a spell.
Once
magic.
Bosco
Arrow
steps
stuck in
through
the-
behind you, he pops the bubble in his hand, and the three fairy dragons go zipping off and away. And you guys see Hollowbend Sanctum much the same as it was. It still has the 3 colored archways. The area's kind of been expanded a little bit, and you can see like the fairy dragons the little babies are each like going down one of the different pathways. The colors have changed. Like there's the one that used to be like the purple crystals is now kind of a mirror sheen to it. The one that has the red one's pretty much the same. It's kind of got these sparks flying off of it, and then
Instead of like burnt.
Yep, and then the other one is the one that used to be like the winter trail is now kind of this colorful like flowery archway and everything. So it looks like things have changed a little bit in here. But what has changed the most in the main foyer is that there is a closed purple tulip about 10 feet tall and wide off to one side. At the foot of this flower are a number of random trinkets, including 2 toy soldiers, one with a missing head, a glass bottle containing what appears to be a miniature version of the Vault of the Morai, which is something that Bolt recognizes because it's the full Guardian.
That's the
and
guy with
Victor.
the thing on his back,
Yep.
or the pyramid on his back, right?
Yep. Which is something that probably everybody recognizes. It was pretty big, and there's been plenty of stories and images about it. So
Yeah. If you're in the right spot, you can still see the tip of it poking out of the
Emerald Wilds.
Yep.
There's also a set of bone pipes and a rabbit's foot, among other little trinkets, and a few gold pieces here or there, including ones that look strangely familiar. And as you kind of approach, Bosco waves towards the tulip, which opens up gracefully, revealing the comfy bed inside and the large violet figure of Glitterbug. Not only has her skin turned to a vibrant violet, showing she has fully matured for one of her kind, but her size has grown as well. She used to be the size of a house cat, but now she's about the length of a large horse, so she's far larger than you typically see for fairy dragons. And she has a wingspan to match that. And she kind of like raises her head up and she sees me. She goes, "Oh, you're back. Welcome back."
And you've grown.
I have. Thank you for noticing.
It's good to see you again.
It is good to see you as well. And you brought new faces with you. I know I did get a letter from Ceradon, very long-winded, saying that they were going to be unable to make it, but I see that you did bring new companions. Hello.
Well met, Mistress
Glitterbug,
Glitterbug.
please.
Alomah, Stargazer, at your service.
Nice to meet you.
Aramis.
Aramis, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming and everything. We're actually about to... Well, it's a great and exciting time, you see.
Your letter seemed quite urgent.
Yes, well, I guess urgency is the wrong word, but I did want to make sure that you came here, and that's why I sent my children after you.
Which,
I figured...
congratulations.
Thank
or, I'm sorry, depending on the day.
It is depending on the moment, for sure. But they have done a wonderful job taking over the Sanctum portion here as I prepare the new level of my trial. Sorry, a bit of explanation here, and for the new people as well. This is the Hollowbend Sanctum. It is sort of the trial of heroes and champions.
Victor staring at Glitterbug like this?
She's gonna glance at you every now and then, but she's gonna continue.
And then he's gonna look slowly over at Bolt, and looking back at her.
She like fist bumps you, like, nice, we made kids. No. Anyway, after the Night of the Shifting Stars, I began to remember my place in the world, or what it used to be. I'd always known that
by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. It definitely helped me become a better person on my end as well. Anyway, so this is a testing ground for heroes. But I always thought it was limited to the experience your party went through previously. However, I know now that I'm supposed to expand, create new challenges, and make sure that those who seek to call themselves true heroes are properly tested and can kind of, show it as a badge of honor, as it were. There are other trials like mine set throughout the world, probably in some of the other realms. Guardians are no doubt preparing to see if there are other ways, whether it's the ways of thieves, the ways of villains, that sort of thing. But mine has always been about heroics. Now that my memories are fully unlocked, I've been working to create a new set of tests for those who wish to try. The experience is nearly ready, but I am in need of something to complete it, and that is, well, it's called, for lack of a better word, it's Essence of Heroism?
Okay.
Don't worry. It's sort of a nebulous energy that is generated as challengers go through the sanctum, as it were. It's sort of an ambient thing that I take. It's sort of an ambient energy that I take that you don't actually miss. And in exchange, you get to experience the trials, get a little bit stronger, more fit for heroics, that sort of thing. And in order to kind of nudge my keep, for that's what this second level is, over the edge, I have need of a strong group of heroes that can run through it and provide the last little bit of energy.
This is an elaborate hiring process, right?
I guess we're gonna have to start adding it to the vetting process. Go ahead and let's write it down for later. Well,
Hazing 101.
what do you guys say? Are you up for it? The last time we went to a trial, it was difficult, but not insurmountable.
Don't worry, it's nothing like the Chris Link. It's much easier. Much easier.
I will also point out that nothing in my dungeon can actually kill you. You can fail the trial, but you won't actually die in here. So sort of a safety net.
And remind me, what do we get in return? Other than our friendship here, just so that we know.
Last time we got a magic. Oh, we got a magic item, like a snow potion or something, or whatever.
That fancy arm gadget.
Because
the Ald still came from here.
Ald still.
But I don't have any more of that, unfortunately. I do have rewards. That is part of the deal. I provide wonderful little bits of magic and wonderful rewards for those who wish to accept the trials.
Sounds good.
I say we give it a test, and then afterward we can rest and relax and in the town.
Not afraid. Let's do it.
It would be nice to see how you guys do in a fight. Or
one other thing that I would like to actually talk about really quick. Typically, to get down to the next trial, you do have to have completed the first trial. You two should be more than enough to handle the 3 that these 2 went through. But if you don't want to waste the time, I can just kind of hand wave it this time, I suppose.
I like hand waving.
Hand waving it is, and she just kind of waves her claw about, and there's sort of this little almost like you feel like you've been dusted with something, and she goes, and there you are.
Dust.
Yeah, just a little bit of pixie dust.
Well,
It's like all in my fur.
unless
It
anyone
washes out.
unless anyone has any objections, I say we begin.
Wonderful. And Bosco will lead you down. And as she kind of waves her hand, the pedestal that sits in the middle of the main foyer sinks down into the ground and then just kind of keeps sinking. And the ground sinks with it until it reveals a big spiraling staircase that's heading down. And Bosco walks over and he goes, "See you all on the other side." And he kind of gives you a 2-finger salute and just falls backwards down into the hole. You'll probably want to take the stairs. Bosco's just a little extra.
Well,
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
maybe. Before I go down, I'll be like, well, it would be kind of cool to make it so anyone could fall down it without getting hurt.
I'll work
Just
on
a little
that.
bites, and then I just go down.
Actually, Bolt, a moment while you're, if you please, just
and then I just
thank you.
go back out.
The rest of you can start heading down. He'll be down
I'll
shortly.
meet you down there shortly.
After you.
And then I'll brandish my blade.
So good to see you, Victor. Please don't stop staring at me like you have been. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
He'll walk. He's going down the stairs. He's going like this with his blades.
And she turns to Bolt after the others have gone down, and she says, because the trial isn't fully infused as of yet, there may be some bugs that need to be worked out. And I mean literal bugs, specifically those aberrant creatures that are still infesting my sanctum.
Still.
Yes, we've been trying to stamp them out, but obviously I don't have quite the range of vision down there as I'd like quite yet. Again, once it's infused, I'll be able to handle it. Nothing else in the dungeon can kill you, but those bugs aren't of the dungeon. So
Well,
be wary of them, and if you can find out where they are, if you can take care of them, I'd appreciate it. If not, I can let Embarrass know, and he can go burn them out. If you just send me the
maybe when
location.
we're done, I'll tell you about the giant one with multiple mouths.
I would love to hear all of your stories, Bolt.
I'll draw you a picture.
Perfect. I'll just send you on down. They're probably almost at the bottom anyway. And she just kind of stands up, and she takes one wing and flaps it down, and as it like hits your head, it just you disappear. And so everybody else gets down to the bottom of this small little like stone room, and Bolt is already down there.
I jumped.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So is there like a door, hallway, or something?
Right now, it's just kind of this small room. It's a little dark in here. But as you reach the bottom of the stairs, two large braziers light up, revealing a red curtain on a wooden stage. Bosco is standing on that stage with a. It looks like it's sort of like a morning star, but it's like a flail, but without the actual handle to it. It looks like it's just like a chain, and it's just kind of floating around idly above his head, almost snake-like, as it spirals around him. And he bows deep as you approach, and then he begins to speak. 2 kingdoms lay in shambles. After the cursing of the Winter-willed line left no clear heir to the throne, a number made their claims on the surrounding landscape. Yet it was the Crystalline Count who managed to claim Hollowbend Keep, the largest standing structure of the Old Kingdoms, and claimed the bulk of the surrounding lands for himself in the process. And lambs, I suppose, he claimed those as well. However, he quickly proved to be only interested in the riches of the lands underneath Hollowbend, rather than its citizens. Farmlands were replaced by large dig sites, stripped of beauty and resources by his soldiers, and hundreds were displaced into the nearby Forest of Harmony. Things seemed bleak as the Count turned his sights on the forest to help fuel his desires, but he is unaware that one is stepping forward to stop his plans, one who has vowed vengeance against the tyrant. With a wave of his hand, a golden beam of light illuminates the area in front of the party, a spotlight waiting to be filled.
Well, I hate the stage, but I think this is my job. I'll step up and
After you.
Perfect. A youth by the name of Danther Fields was displaced when his family's farm was destroyed by the Crystalline Count's desires. His parents were cut down in the initial incursion as well, leaving him seething and begging for revenge. While his mentor claims he is not ready for the tasks ahead, Danther has gathered allies. One, a young sorcerer named Alikos, has told him that the Guardian of the Forest Song has knowledge that would make defeating the Count far easier. So, the party sets out deeper into the Forest of Harmony, facing dangers in hopes of defeating a tyrant. I want to know how Aramis is feeling right now. Hearing this story and volunteering to be in the role of this Danther Fields character.
maybe almost like a PTSD feeling, or like a shell shock almost. Like I'm doing it, but maybe a little bit out of body.
Okay. The lights come up as Bosco finishes his speech, his swirling hammer dancing behind him on the chain. As he steps off the stage, it lands gracefully on the ground and bowing. Thank you. We worked really hard on that speech. It's so you've never been here before. Victor and Bolt have. Hollowbend has a rich history that goes through it. They helped a little bit with the previous story, but the continuation of the story is this level. So it's sort of a framework around the actual trial that you're going to go through.
I'm glad to see that you were both, purveyors of great art and
Fascinating.
enjoyers.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a wild ride as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
Okay. Before we begin in earnest, though, the adventure comes with a number of additional challenges that you can undertake to make it a little bit harder on yourself, but give you greater rewards. That kind of thing. And he waves his hand to the left side of the room, where the wall slides away to reveal a set of purple fire braziers on pedestals. Each holds a sign dangling the instructions of the challenge, and each sign has a single wooden circle dangling on a string below it. And he says, if you wish to participate in the challenge, simply take one of the tags and toss it into the brazier. You'll have 10 minutes to make sure the parameters of the trial are correct on your person, and then it takes effect for the rest of the dungeon until everything is met. So if you would like to...
what are the challenges?
Yes, I will. This one, I'm going to have each of you read out one of these. That one is going to go to Dallin. This one will go to... Let's see here. I think this one will be best for... Nope, sorry, that one's not going to be best. That one's for Scott. That one's for Scott. That one's going to be best for Victor. And then this one is for you. So we're going to start with Dallin. Why don't you read us what is on your sign?
Yeah. Okay, so a sign displays a symbol of a sword, and beneath are words reading, "A sword wields no strength, unless the hand that holds it has courage." Below this phrase are the details of the challenge. Dantherfields was a farm boy whose land and family was taken from him thanks to the crystalline count's lust for power. Trained in the way of vengeance, Danther gathered a group of heroes to take down the count and reclaim Hollowbend for the people. He is a tenacious soul and a caring man. By taking up his mantle, the challenger agrees to take up a bronze sword, a replica of the heirloom of the Fields family, and use it exclusively in the trials ahead. Completing the trial with only this blade will unlock a portion of its power. Completing the trial after using the blade to deliver the final blow against one or more of the major players in this trial has the potential to unlock its full power.
And before we continue, I handed these out to you guys specifically because I was like, this is the most likely one, this is the funnest one that I want you to read, but any of you can take up any of these trials.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay? Let's go ahead and have Alomah read his next.
The mantle of Mitri and Oud.
Aud, I
Aud.
believe is how I would say it.
Mitri and Oud.
Yep.
A sign displays the symbol of a treasure chest, and beneath are words reading, "Nothing gold can stay." Below this phrase are the details of the challenge. Mitri and Oud were a pair of dwarf monks, brother and sister, who joined our hero under the promise of gold and riches. While at first their greed appeared to be self-interested, their friends soon discovered every copper was being fed back to their home in desperate need of repair. By taking on their mantle, the challenger agrees to feed Chipper a set amount of their treasure from the trials.
That's all the information you have on that.
Who's Chipper?
A good question.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and have Bolt. You read yours next.
The mantle of Gritha Naja. A sign displays the symbol of the jaws of a wolf, and beneath are the words reading, "Divine religions and ancient magics are no match for a good weapon at your side, kid." Below this phrase are the details of the challenge. Gritha Naja was an orc barbarian who thought the use of magic to be a sign of weakness. Yet, despite this hatred of magic, she would find herself smitten with Alikos and seek to pursue him as she did with all things in life, unstoppable determination. By taking on her mantle, the challenger agrees to only fight using their martial prowess. They will cast no spell while locked in combat.
Okay. And then Victor.
The mantle of Alikos.
Alikos.
Alikos. Description. A sign displays the symbol of a butterfly beneath the words are reading, "There is no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going." Below this phrase are the details of the challenge. Alikos Gana? G-A-N-N-A.
Oh, he does have a last name, doesn't he?
Alikos Gana
Yep.
was either blessed or cursed by fairy dragons of old, depending on how you look at it or who you ask. While their abilities granted him incredible magical prowess, they were chaotic and unpredictable at the best of times. Despite his wild magic, he found solace in his friends and eventual lover, Gritha?
Yep.
Okay. By drinking the offered potion, the challenger agrees to experience the mantle of chaos that Alikos always bore with him. Completing the dungeon while under this effect of this chaos will grant the challenger both understanding and greater power.
Okay. I had a little fun with the mottos, so.
So, question, can we each only choose one?
So there are 4 challenges total. There's only one person that can take each challenge.
Got it.
Yep. So you have to decide if you don't want to do it, all 4 of them. You don't have to. They're just little extra things that might make it a little more fun, a little bit extra rewards at the end, that sort of thing. So, and I will say, there are some good rewards. I had a lot of fun making up the rewards.
Oh, I'd like the chaos one.
I know. Everybody's shocked.
I am completely shocked.
Here first, folks.
You like the butterflies?
I do. This is fascinating.
Yes. Perhaps have you ever seen any of the 8 Rings butterflies?
No.
Well, perhaps I can.
They're terrifying.
Yeah, really not. They're quite sweet. Once you get past the tails and
The poison.
the poison.
You're probably the only one that would use the bronze sword.
Yeah. I usually fight with 2 swords, so...
Then
be
the blade.
Would he
Just
be
keep
prohibited
crossing it.
from using an offhand?
Do you ask that to
It
Bosco?
does...
I'm asking that of my DM.
Yeah.
I don't
Use it
know.
That's
exclusively in the
that's
traffic.
information that I wouldn't be able to provide you. So.
Okay.
Exclusively. Yes.
Yeah, it says exclusively in the trials.
Man of the
What was
blade.
yours?
I
Again,
like
the
it.
one you read?
You have to feed a set amount of your treasure from the trials to Chipper.
Whatever
It
that
doesn't say how much, and I don't know
Ting.
what Chipper is.
Yeah.
Throw mine into the brazier.
Okay. The fire lights up and then it kind of fades down as it does a this purple velvet pillow. Whoa.
Hello.
Pillow.
This
Velvet.
purple velvet pillow, attaboy, appears
Oh,
with
wow.
a bronze sword that looks pretty chipped and worn on it.
Alright.
You grab it and you pull it up, and there is another bronze sword waiting for you underneath it. That is pretty much identical. So
And another one you're like,
and another more infinite swords. So these are just basic, non-magical bronze swords
Okay.
that you will be using throughout the dungeon, but you will be able to have two. So.
Okay, cool.
I'll
cool.
take this chaos one and throw it in
Okay.
the fire.
Yep. Again, there's a kind of this purple flame, and then it kind
I know, you were
of spirals and
hoping
circles down into a small little potion of swirling colors.
Okay, I'll take it.
Pop it, down it.
I even more like the chaotic's twist.
I am going to be rolling on the wild magic table periodically for you. Basically, I'll be rolling to see if it takes effect each turn for you,
Okay.
and when it does, random effects will happen.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Sorry if anybody gets fireballed.
And at the end of
Hazard
it,
pay. Hazard pay.
there is payoff, but I'll let you discover that at the end.
I've had worse.
Both you've largely taken up.
Yeah, I
Mantle, which would you like?
think I'm gonna go for this one with the only using my
No-
martial
no
prowess.
spells.
Sounds great.
Kind of up my alley.
I'll grab mine. I'll throw it in the air.
Yep.
And hit it with my heel like an hacky sack into the.
Okay, perfect.
I'll toss mine into.
Yep, bolts goes in first because you're still playing with yours. So that goes in. There's just kind of this like ring through you, and you just feel like not that your magic is suppressed. You could still use it if you need to, but like you feel that weight of like eyes watching you.
I just hear in my head, ding ding, like the beginning of the match. You know?
Exactly.
Let's get ready to rumble.
And then so yours kind of goes through the rim, and the purple flames spiral down, and what's left is this tiny purple treasure chest with gold filigree. And as you kind of look at it, the legs kind of twitch, and it springs up and out and lands on the ground and starts like chittering around you a little bit. Doesn't quite look like a mimic, but it definitely evokes a little bit of mimicry.
Are you chipper?
And it kind of yips a little bit, and then it almost looks like
more
it
like
sticks out its
yipper.
tongue, but it looks like it's a piece of paper.
So I will reach for the piece of paper cautiously because Victor does not like mimics.
That's true. Victor does not like mimics.
Let alone chest-looking mimics.
yeah.
The ones that look like treasure chests.
But nothing happens. You pull the paper out, you read it, and it says, it's got 2 lines in it, and the first one says amount, and then it says minimum 1,000 gold, and then it has a blank space for you to write something in. And then it says donation location, and then it has a blank space. So you get to pick an amount of gold that you would like to donate, and a person or people or village that you would like to donate to.
Okay. I will.
And Chipper only takes a 90% processing fee.
Oh, come on.
Chipper has big Ferengi ears.
I'd like to see your 501c3.
So there's 1,000 gold on one side. There's a blank space for something to write in.
Yep.
And then a place that you can designate.
Yep, so it basically says amount, and then it says minimum 1,000 gold.
So that'd be
With the blank
100
space.
100 platinum. Yeah. I'll do just, I guess the 1,000 gold.
Okay.
And so the write-in next to it, would that be how much? So like thousands?
And that's basically what it's, to put it in perspective here, that's telling you, here's where you put how much you want to donate. So you put 1,000 if you
And then there's a yellow tab on the back that you rip out.
Exactly. That's your pay stub.
So I'll do 1,000, and then the town, he'll kind of think for a little bit, but then he'll write down the shopkeeper out in the border town.
Okay.
The Dragonborn.
The one that we like raked for money.
Let me see here.
I'm
What
going
is
to make a bet
Gotta
here.
bleep that, or we're gonna get.
Hopefully
I
this
said
is
raked.
Okay, good. We're gonna be monetized.
hopefully this is some
There
kind
was a
of
K in there.
moral payoff here or something.
Okay. So Chipper takes the piece of paper, chews it up happily, and then just kind of like sits diligently next to you. I'm just trying to find
Chipper,
the
do I give
person.
you money now or?
Do you want Durod Durskin, by the way, is the guy's name. Durod Durskin. Do you try to give him gold? Like he doesn't respond.
I'll give him a single gold and see if he does anything.
He sniffs it a little bit and then he just kind of shakes himself.
Okay. So
And Bosco will chime in and say he'll only take money from the cut on the dungeon itself, on the level.
Oh, I hope there's lots of gold here then.
I think there'll be plenty of opportunities for that. Anything else that you guys want to ask or anything before we begin in earnest?
No.
Okay.
I'll just be
I'm
twirling
ready.
my blades.
Man with the blades. I like him.
I am
I
very
knew I
glad
liked
that you all picked a challenge. That's always great. Just one here.
You have blades too?
Weapons are for the careful what you say. Not for me.
I accept terms. Listen, if you ever need a great deal,
You like just flex your cloth.
I am-
Yeah, blades. Technically.
I am a traveling knife salesman. So, you need some, I can help you.
Weapons are what I patch up other people from.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Your race is just custom lineage, right? Or what'd you pick for? Okay. Give yourself like an unarmed strike, 1d4 or whatever it typically is for the natural weapons on those,
Cool.
and keen senses.
Okay.
The keen smell. So, yeah, just because that makes sense for a Kitsune.
Advantage
That's-
on
yeah.
any investigation
Uh,
or perception.
yeah, with
smell.
with smell, which works a lot well for
Hey,
this
that's-
campaign.
yeah, good for this campaign.
That's true.
You smell that?
Shattered smells.
I smell most things.
All right, now to begin your journey tonight, deep in the Forest of Harmony, let's see if you can track down the fabled Guardian of the Forest song. And he waves a hand, and as he does, like, it parts, the curtain on the stage parts, and it reveals a large forest with tall trees and kind of wild grass. Tall, thin trees, so they're kind of like a little bit more spread out than your typical forest is. But before you move, he actually holds up a finger and he says, "Remember, a story is never set in stone, but following its previous path will be far more rewarding than not." And with that, he waves his hand towards the stage once more and lets you guys walk on through.
Sounds like we should.
Yep, I'll lead the way, just in case we get attacked, ambushed.
The trees are tall and thin with sparse branches of deep green leaves sprouting from the trunks, or sprouting only like up at the top. There's not really too many branches on the way down, that sort of thing. So these are very tall.
Very canopy oriented.
A breeze moves through the foot-tall grass, carrying the scent of damp moss and the recent rain with it. And as the wind rustles the leaves, you hear something else, a soft, harmonious hum, and the sound of chimes seems to be spreading out all around you, filling the forest with music. Beyond that, there is no trail other than a flattened bit of grass that seems to meander through the trees.
I think we just follow this trail, the flattened grass.
Agreed.
Can we look around and see if we can do perception checks, see if we can see anything that would be making that noise?
Yeah, go ahead and give me perception checks for any who want to.
I would like to with Shadow Song.
Natural 1. Wonderful.
I'd like to shout a song and see if it like messes with the harmony at all.
I'm too distracted by the lovely scents.
Yeah, just like nose deep in the grass.
Yeah, just an 8. So
Nope. You can't really,
This is
can't really see anything.
perception.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, so that'd be 22.
22. You still can't see where the sound is coming from. It seems to just kind of permeate the air.
Okay.
But as Shadow
Close
Song
my
starts
eyes.
whistling through the air, making its noise, the rest of the forest doesn't seem to be disrupted by it. In fact, it seems to harmonize with it.
Interesting. Do you hear that?
what do your elven ears hear, Victor?
Blood has been spilled this night. Oh, that's beautiful.
Do we all hear it too? Do we
Yeah.
start hearing it?
Yep.
Because we can hear Shadow Song.
Yeah, you
when
can hear
it's
Shadow
doing
Song.
its
It's
thing.
just like the air whistle.
Yeah.
It makes like just.
It's one of those exhaust whistles.
Usually it's like discordant, but this one it just somehow.
Well, let's travel forward on this path and see what we see.
Okay.
Start walking down it.
Perfect. As you walk down the path, it soon ends. Like it looks like it's just like a game trail where somebody, some deer has been walking the path to get to their food. So it's going to take a little bit more. Like you can just wander through the forest if you like. It's going to take some time to find anything, but you can also try to do a little survival check. One person can try and do a survival check to see if they can reduce the amount of time that it's going to take to find your destination.
I don't have.
Oh,
It may be the longest lived,
survival
so
score,
I'm
actually.
good at surviving.
So one person should do it.
I only got a 3.
I've got a +4.
I'm bad
so-
at survival. I mean, I have a +5, but still.
Wow, that's my second natural 1 in a row.
Baby,
Nice.
Actually, let's see.
You don't call baby
Genius. I don't know if it lets him.
You
like,
forgot to
roll
No,
Roll
it just
your
adds
dice.
intelligence.
Just have to have. Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't change our natural 1
Yeah.
rule for that.
I need to remember to cast guidance on myself when I make skill checks.
It's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. I should probably look at my spell.
All right. Well, let's keep walking until he can do another survival check.
Okay. So you guys walk for about a half an hour, just kind of wandering through the woods, Alomah's trying to pick up a scent on anywhere to go. When the air around you suddenly stops smelling so beautiful, and the forest starts looking a little bit more barren. The grass appears to be gnawed away to reveal the dirt beneath, and the trees have been toppled over and earth churned up, leading east. So there's sort of this big, like, churned earth leading through eastward through the forest.
Well, I'd say this is as good of an indication as any. Let's follow this. We'll follow it.
Does the disturbance look anything like the aberrant creatures that we saw last time we were here?
Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
That's an 8 + 1, 9.
It's really hard to tell.
Can I do an investigation for the same kind of thing?
It would still be nature because
Still
you're
nature.
looking into like creatures.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I'll do a nature check.
All right.
19 + 3, 22.
It does look like the aberrant creatures.
So, I didn't say anything to you about it, but I will now. That Glitterbug did mention that they haven't been able to drive out all of the aberrant creatures. So,
But if we follow them, we're sort of not following the story. I thought we were meant to stay on the trail.
well, I don't
does
know
the
of any
story
other.
have all of us in it, or are you the main?
I don't remember what Bosco said. The path followed before. We've done this before, or similar things.
We could split the party.
Always a risky proposition.
All right, the two new guys, go ahead.
It's session 1. Come on. Don't do this to me.
Well, let's follow this for a little while, and if it doesn't lead anywhere, we can start looking elsewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Sounds good.
head down it.
Okay. All right. So you follow the trail, arriving at a site that Bolt and Victor are pretty used to at this point. For the newcomers, it's a little bit jarring. It looks like there are these large insectoid creatures that are swarming around what appears to be a mound of growing flesh. and they're adding like wood material to it, and watching as it gets like sucked in and gnawed away to create even more flesh. The area around it appears to be it's barren, but there are 10-foot wide, 3-foot deep trenches that have been dug out in spiraling patterns with small land bridges that seem to be connecting the ledges. So if you guys are approaching it, I'll either need a stealth check or you guys need to stop and view it from a distance.
Let's see it from distance for just a sec. Okay. How far away would we be to just?
You're probably like 150 feet away when they're not.
Or can I use fog cloud to create like roll in the fog?
I don't know. Can you use magic?
Oh no, I couldn't. But...
that is the last time that I'm going to remind you, except for next session if we have to continue this on.
Listen, we've fought these things before. They're kind of nasty. I don't know. Have you met these aberrant creatures before?
No.
Well, there's a mouth and a mouth. And a mouth.
That's different. These are the flesh tumors.
Oh, okay.
With the tentacles. Lots
of
tentacles.
So basically the same thing. No mouth, no frouth.
So I'll explain.
Aramis is like, how fast can I get out of this contract?
Yeah, I'll explain a little bit about like the tactics behind these things. Like, you have to
have fire.
Yeah,
I
would have fire, but I can't use it according to the.
I'm quite good with fire. Actually.
Nice.
So. Fire works against them, much like it works against most things, but they do travel in swarms. So make sure you don't get surrounded. Try to pick them off if you can.
Swarms are my specialty.
Okay.
And if you can take these with you, and I'll hand each of you. I won't hand them to you. I'll say this is going to stay with you. And I'll kind of like tuck it into a shirt sleeve or something. Don't touch it with your hands.
What is it?
It's a blade.
Ah.
If you touch it,
thank you.
I will know, and I will kill you.
He won't kill you.
I will kill you.
You will not kill them.
Do not.
The party conflict is real this season.
It is there to protect you.
You
do you hand it to me?
Alomah's a little uncomfortable with.
Do you actually hand it to me?
Having the metal on him.
Yeah, I'll put it like in my.
It's okay, he's family.
Yes, being a druid, it's wonderful, isn't it?
I'm sorry, am I making you
Does
uncomfortable?
this count as wearing?
You're like, quick prayer to nature. Nah, that's good. It's
Okay.
fine. You can wear a ring, like.
Right.
If it makes you uncomfortable, I can take it back.
No. I am assuming that it's for protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
And you're not actually touching it. It's your armor.
You've heard of knife dancing before.
Yes. It's not
Victor,
particularly common in the mountains.
Victor is able to. I don't know if it's mental or whatever, but he can control the knives from afar without touching them. So they will help. They will help defend as needed.
It's pretty cool. I know. I'll give you the signature later.
I've always thought it was magnets. That's my favorite.
I'll believe
fishing
it
line.
when I see it.
Yeah.
That's fair. Now, what do you specialize in? I don't want to offend you, but I don't want you to die.
Like I said, fire and swarms. You'll see.
Okay.
Something tells me
you have blades.
Well, he's pretty good with blades.
Swords, and I'm assuming the loot means you can also play.
I look forward to your performance.
They hate music.
Yes.
It's always a performance. It's a form of art.
I like this guy a lot.
Well, and I'm usually the one that stays out front, and got the shield, and I'm gonna pull up the alt still. So does that?
Nope.
That doesn't trigger the.
No magic spells.
Okay.
Just magic items are still
So
okay.
you see
I felt
you
like
see
that
like-
would be a little too limiting because I'm already limiting one person on magic items.
You see, like the alt still like sticks against bolt skin, or well, I guess they're whatever they're metal, and it kind of goes like partially up on the back, and you can see like a couple ribbons on it, and it actually you see it like flow down their arm, and form into a shield, and it's not It's not like a solid shield. It's kind of like a rippling, slowly moving, Quicksilver style shield. Well, I'll go in first, and hopefully we can deal with this pretty quick. Watch your back. Watch each other's backs. Okay, I'm gonna.
I will observe.
There's no stealth. There's no stealth involved in this.
Okay.
Clomp, clomp,
All
clomp,
right.
and it. Yeah.
So you guys start charging in, and as you do, the aberrant creatures, which are, you can see that there are.
I'm sorry. When he was getting his shield out, I'd like to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And so you guys just see like
I'm tempted to go big, but I'm like, that's probably a spell.
you guys
I'm not
just
going to.
see Alomah just like throws his hands down and like in 15 feet in a 15-foot radius there's like these silvery blue kind of spectral images, but they actually look almost like the way that you see some artists' depiction of constellations. Like there will be like a picture of like Virgo, and it's like this woman, but like then you see like the stars, a shoulder and the head and the knees and the legs, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing, just kind of floating around and like sort of in a circle.
You have a specific like these are the ones that I summon type of thing. Like this one looks like a wolf, and this one looks like a lion.
No. I mean they're
this
all
one looks like Lionel.
They're actually all my ancestors.
Okay.
So they're all Kitsune.
All right.
Okay.
It's Sinbad.
Anything else?
I
that
look
you
in
guys...
the as I'm moving
big
forward. I
of a
look in the mirror.
space are all these creatures in? Like, are they bunched up somewhere? Or
So the area around the mound is probably about, I would say, about 20 feet wide, and then there looks to be about like a 10-foot square, and then like a 10-foot trench, and then a 10-foot square, 10-foot trench, 10-foot square. So there's probably about
with paths.
Yeah, with paths leading to it. They're kind of not all bunched up in one area. They're kind of scattered about it.
Okay.
But I would say they're all within about 50 feet of one another. Okay. And with that, we are going to roll initiative here, ladies and gentlemen. And that will be something that we will get to and be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. It sounds like we've got some fun initiatives tonight. So let's reveal that wonderful battle cam. We'll talk a little bit about it and then get initiatives. So the circles that you see here that look like Stonehenge that are actually raised, those are the trench portions.
So
they're like 3 feet down.
Okay.
It's basically
It is a fairy place after all.
You have to like drop down and get back up into it, so it's difficult terrain. But there's pathways through it if you wanted to do that.
Is it wide or whatever enough that we could
How wide is it?
It's probably 5 foot wide. We'll just say because
so
of the way
leap over it.
is.
You could do it, but it might be a little dicey.
Yeah, it might be a little dicey.
Okay.
Yep. And then let's go ahead and grab Alomah's initiative. 10. Aramis.
12.
12. Bolt.
12 as well.
12 as well.
We
Victor.
are gonna die. Oh
13.
no.
Oh boy.
We're gonna die.
Okay, Scott, I do need them marked, actually. And then, are these battle sounds
What do you mean?
good?
You got Lobster 1, 2, 3, 4. You got Stink Bug 1 and 2, and Ant 1 and 2.
Stink Bug 1 and 2.
Yep.
Those remind me of what was the show? Space Invaders? No.
Oh, you're thinking of
Starship
Troopers.
Starship Troopers. Yeah.
Space Invaders, the movie.
Space
It was a good
Invaders.
movie.
Do you know they're
That's a good
making
show.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the video game?
I saw that. There was a trailer. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of my all-time favorite cheesy movies. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Weird.
Okay,
Critters.
so we will go with number 1. That guy. Yep. It is the first one that is going to see you. It's going to let out a screech of alarm to its friends as you come rounding up, and it is going to move to that open like land bridge area right there. Yep. They do not have disadvantage because they have a climbing speed here, and when it hits there, it is going to rear back. And so you've seen Victor Bull have seen these kind of soldiers before. They have that, but these ones aren't red. These ones are kind of a sickly green. And this one opens its mandibles and sprays acid out at you guys. So it's a 15-foot cone. You may need to get a little bit closer to get everybody. But that's okay.
Are the things over there? I don't know where they are.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while.
5, 10, 15.
So
Yeah, so he's going to need to get closer. Probably put him right next to Bolt then.
like this.
Yeah, to be able to grab everybody.
So when he enters the area of my spirit
yeah, sure.
guardians, he's got to do a wisdom save.
Wisdom
18.
save.
I know, I took a +2 one of
Ooh,
those.
he fails.
4d8 radiant damage.
Okay, do you want to roll that?
Yes.
Okay.
I would love to.
Or would you like me just to put down 4d8 for you?
Berserk. There's the
That was funny. I rolled 3, 4, 5, 6.
Still on book 6.
So that was 7, 12, 18.
18 damage? Okay.
Just finished
Yeah,
the
it comes in and
theory
your
of, like, moth theory.
ancestors start like sweeping down through it. One of them does like a little flying kick and smacks into it and everything before it rears back and sprays acid. So I need everybody to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20.
Okay, that's a save.
13.
That is a save.
23.
23 is a save. Victor.
I'm using evasion.
So evasion, you still roll
sorry,
it.
not evasions.
Yeah.
It's
No, it's evasion.
Yeah.
Where you
it's
take
evasion-
half?
Yeah, half if I.
Half if you fail,
Yeah.
and then none if you
So it's
succeed.
19.
19, so you succeed, so you won't take any damage.
Just kinda
The rest of you are
sticks
going to just take half damage. You take 3 acid damage. Yeah, this thing it did not spray very effectively.
It looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, next up is
Surprisingly, it's not that bad.
number 2. Scott, you've marked these really well so far. I appreciate that.
I made my concentration check.
Perfect. Thank you. Which was a 1, I'm assuming.
I needed to get.
a roll.
Yeah. Well, you always have to get a 10, but I've got a +8 to my con save, so as long as I didn't get a 1, that was okay.
Okay. So that one is going to move forward as well, right up next to Bolt.
Okay. He'll have to do the
Yep.
wisdom save also.
Right here?
On the other side of the insect. So again, these guys have climbing speeds, so he does make his save.
18.
Yep.
Okay.
So-
It's half damage.
So wait, is it? Sorry, it's 18. You said?
The DC was 18.
18. Yeah, he made his save.
Um,
So half damage on that. Then.
So do you want me to just count this for the same, same damage for the whole round? So I'm not
How do
always
you
rolling?
want to do it? Do you want to?
I'd say just once per round.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah. So what
I'm not
the?
rolling.
Do you remember what it was?
It was 18, wasn't it? So 9. No.
Yes.
Was it 18? No, it was 7.
Roll back the
12. Yeah, it was 18.
18. Yeah. Thanks. Now I have to do a flashback. So 9 damage.
Roll back the tape.
Okay.
Here in this specific box.
So it is going to lunge forward and try to bite Bolt.
Bite bolt.
Bite Bolt. The first attack is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
And the second attack is a 17 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. So it kind of like snaps at you, and as it does, you can see like this kind of chill that is going through its between its mandibles, and then it raises its thorax and it kind of shakes it, and a wall of ice is going to come up between you and the rest of the party.
Whoa.
So this is a
Right here.
Yes. It is a 10-foot long, 5-foot thick wall of ice.
Okay, so
it'll
it can
probably
either
be-
here, or
yeah.
it can be here.
It'll probably be there, between Victor and Alomah. Yep, right there.
5 foot high.
Yep. So Aramis is still okay.
I have stuff for this section.
Yeah.
I think it's here.
Aramis, thank you.
It's okay. Ooh, cool. I spy.
Oh, you know what? No, it'll go 1 back. Oh no, wait, hang on. Sorry. In front of it. So it's going to be in your square and 1 to the right.
In my square?
Yep. So when you start your turn, you will be pushed out of the ice wall and take some cold damage from it.
Okay.
Got a nice little dunce cap.
You'll remember it. Yep. Okay. Then it is Victor's turn.
All right.
I want to call you Vicky, but I haven't earned it yet.
I'm gonna run up to 15. I'm gonna slide up to the side of it and try and cut it by the legs.
Okay.
This one's the acid one. I'm just gonna use just Shadow Song for this one. So that is 7. I think I have a +9, so 16.
16 will miss.
Okay.
Yep. It scrapes along its scales or its carapace.
All right.
They're not reptiles. Carapace. Anything else you'd like to do?
Not this turn. So
Okay.
I will. Actually, I'll kind of reach out if I could have slivered there. I'll reach out to Bolt and say, as he's being kind of like frozen, I'll cast my. Wait, actually, question.
Yeah.
I know that after the aftermath and everything else, I mentioned I wanted to go back and find the blindfold.
Yeah.
Was I able to find? Did he leave it behind?
Yes, you were able to
Okay.
find your blindfold.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then I'll cast Shield of Faith on you.
I would not get rid of a magic item for you.
What is that? +2?
Plus 2
Plus
to your
it's a plus
AC.
2 to your AC.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so Victor comes in, quick slash, that doesn't really do much, and then you throw out one of the steel wind leaves, and it starts circling around and protecting Bolt. Aramis.
All right. I'm going.
Actually, I guess who has the... Never mind, I know who has the greater dex between you and Bolt.
I'm just gonna stay where I am and just yell out, "Fairy fire!" Cast it.
Perfect. That is the verbal component. So it's just these two?
Yeah.
It'll be that area.
That's
Yeah.
a little 20.
Do you want the fairy dragons to come out and
Let's
go?
see. So they have a
Yeah.
It's a
dex save of 15.
Dex save of 16?
15.
15.
Yeah.
The soldier makes it, but the protector does not.
Which is the
Which is
He's the big blue guy.
protector.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Big
he,
blue is shimmery.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
He is covered in what is Aramis's magic look like?
So when he casts it, like the tops of his shoulders kind of look like they're like flaking away into like cinders that are like kind of blown away, and they just kind of settle on him.
Awesome. Perfect.
Covered in ash. type of
Yeah,
thing.
but like like glowing, like
Luminous?
still hot
Embers.
looking ash. Like obviously it's not burning him. It's
Yeah.
just kind of landed on him.
Perfect.
I like it.
Bolt, at the beginning of your turn,
Huh?
yep, you get pushed out backwards, and you are going to take some cold damage. Take 6 cold damage.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move around here.
Okay.
I'll go there. And I'm gonna punch it.
Gonna punch it.
I'm gonna punch it.
And you have advantage.
Yes,
Oh,
you do
yeah.
have advantage.
That's right. 'Cause-
Yep.
Well, that's good because I needed it. That's a 19.
A 19 will hit.
It was either that or a critical fail. Starting the session off right.
2 natural ones. Your first 2 rolls.
Yep.
Let's all remember.
Yep.
Sorry, gonna be loud real quick.
11
Painless.
thunder damage.
11 thunder damage. Okay.
Yep. And it has the disadvantage on anything but me.
Okay.
You get 2 attacks.
And you just
Oh, yes.
Mr.
Same
Level
thing.
5 Artificer.
Even higher. Lots higher.
Okay. Then give me another damage roll.
14
14.
thunder damage.
Okay.
And since I can't use my magic, there's no extra dice.
Yep.
The runes.
Yep, that probably would be considered magic.
Well, I mean, technically, my punch is magic too.
Well, that's a magical weapon, magical item, not
Spell.
yeah, not a spell. So, I will hand wave that. Anything else then?
That's it.
Okay, the 2 workers, which are the purple ones.
Sorry. I'll bonus action give. No, I won't do that. No, that's magic too. Ah! Yes, that's it. I'm a fighter. I punch things.
Good thing you took 4 levels in fighter. Or 3? 4? It is 4. The 2 workers are going to scurry back to that back trench, and you like see them drop down in it, and then you kind of see their thoraxes come up, and then you hear the thump, thump as they start like rhythmically
Artillery.
slapping them on the ground.
Oh, okay.
They're twerking.
They are twerking, yes.
Turret pops up.
Okay, and that is it for their turn. That is all they're doing. The other protector is going to rush forward at Bolt just because he's the closest one. It's okay if you drop them because it's your own.
Yes.
2 attacks coming at you again.
Okay.
The lowest is a 19,
Miss.
and the other one is a 25.
Oh, that hits. Barely. Barley.
Barley. That's
Barley.
barley.
Did it hit?
He did.
I will use the defensive blade
To reduce the
to
damage.
reduce the damage. Sorry, wrong dice.
Okay, you're gonna need to make me a
Reduce it by
Constitution saving throw.
3. Reduce by 3.
Reduce by 3.
And that one's you. It's a one use, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just moved it back to me
That's
because
perfect.
then we don't have to
10
worry, okay.
minus 3, 7 cold damage to start.
That's a 20.
20.
30.
So you're just going to take half of the extra cold damage coming at you here. So 25 divided by 2 is 12. So an extra 12 cold damage. So total of 19 cold damage from that bite. Okay. And then he's also going to ice shield. Right in front of you again. Basically, yours and then the next square over. You saw that there were two. That's not my fault.
You added the +2 to your AC, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I did. That's why a 25 hit.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait.
Yep. Just wait until your next turn for that other dunce cap. So that was that one. What is the next soldier in line?
There's a 5 here, 7, 8.
Okay. 5 is going to move. He can move up to 40 feet towards Victor.
30, 35, 40 technically.
Just get that.
Right there.
Is that in your range?
It is not.
No, because that's
And that's not even next to Victor technically.
But he will go ahead and spew acid in a 15-foot cone at Victor.
Okay.
So give me that
Dodge.
dexterity saving throw.
Let's see. Still the same, so I can't use.
No, evasion
evasion is
it's always
Evasion is just
permanent.
automatic with
Yeah.
the rogue.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
Uncanny dodge is the one that you can use
Yeah.
every now and then.
Got it. Okay, so.
Does his partner in crime,
Save.
because it would hit it.
19?
You make your save. So no acid. You kind of just duck, like you duck really bad underneath it and just kind of splashes on the ground near Alomah. Speaking of which, Alomah, it's your turn.
Okay. Alomah is going to step to the side because I'm assuming I need to be able to see.
Yes, that is blocking line of sight.
And I'm going to throw out a fireball.
Ooh, okay.
Can you give me a radius? I'm pretty sure I can hit all 4 of
pause.
these.
I gotta go. I think it's downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know,
downstairs
There's this, but I don't know if that's like the right one you were looking for.
It'll work.
I mean, like, it
it's
works,
a 20
but-
foot radius, right? So it's 40
Okay.
feet. So I should be able to get all these guys if I put it like right there.
With that wonderful little fireball circle. All right. Yeah. So
Perfect.
You can get those 3, or you can get those 3.
This is why I don't play Zerg.
I think.
yeah.
Is there a way you can get?
I mean, as long as I can get like
Can
it should
if
be,
it touches
it should be
it.
40 feet
Yeah,
across.
you can get all
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so you should be.
Okay.
Should be good.
So I'm gonna do that at the 4th level. Nah, never mind. I'll do it at the 3rd.
Yep.
So that will be
Then you make
a
a
dex of 18.
dex 18. Okay. We'll do the soldiers
I have a
first.
concentration, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
you
you
fire.
have concentration. I think. I do. I think Colby does.
The soldiers fail. The protectors also fail. So all 4 of them fail their saving throw, so you get to do full damage. As you kind of coalesce some of your ancestors' energy into like this, it almost looks like a star itself, and then you fling it out, and it kind of gives this bright, stellar flare.
29 fire damage.
29 fire damage.
All of them.
The first one is dead.
This guy.
Number 1.
Yep.
Your shield is like.
Yeah, the ice shield blocks it from. You get to see like just the over effects of it, right?
The smoke.
Yeah.
And
So I'm
then
saying-
2 and 6. The rest are still up. Yeah.
The rest are still up. Yes.
Okay.
You said
So-
29
Wolfie.
damage. 29.
So then I'm going to. I'm gonna
Wolfie.
move. Let's see here.
I like this almost Constantine feel that Aramis is giving me. It might just be me, but I'm definitely getting some Constantine vibes, and I love it.
Okay.
I
so
mean, I
I'm-
wasn't going for it, but
But you'll take
I'll
it.
take it.
I'm here for it.
Now I need to go watch Constantine.
Okay, I'm gonna
Hone
step.
in.
Go watch like the Justice League Dark and
Yeah.
the DC animated movies.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
have
I've
him
seen
in
the
it.
Keanu.
The Keanu
one, but
Reeves, that guy is the best depiction of Lucifer in any, like,
He's also in
Here.
so good.
John Wick.
Okay.
He's the guy who he kills with the pencil.
Okay, so I'm gonna move to here, and then with my bonus action, Alomah's actually going to I'm gonna use my starry form.
Oh, nice.
And so you'll see his eyes will just go blinding white, and his whole body will sort of become translucent.
Can I add something?
So
your body becomes almost clear, translucent for a moment, and then each of your ancestors that are circling around you just point at you, and a single one of their stars comes out and creates a constellation of you.
Yeah, I like it. So I kind of look a little bit like the ancestors that are flitting around me now. And then as part of that same bonus action, I can make an archer attack.
Okay, yeah, so you are going form of the archer then.
Yes. Okay. And let me just remind myself.
The world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I favor those who hold with fire. That's how it goes. Ice, it's Robert Frost.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Well,
I
we
have
know which way
advantage
that
on
he
this guy,
goes.
right? Because he's fairy fired?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But ice is also
So
nice.
that's a 29 to hit.
29 definitely will hit.
So that just does, let's see. Sorry.
New character.
I'm reminding myself
Yep.
of what I'm supposed to be doing here. So it does 1d8 plus
Take notes, Scott. This is what my character can do.
plus crusher. So I get
excited.
crusher damage once per turn because of my Dow Genie.
The Dow
Oh,
Genie.
nice.
Which is a D6. Yeah.
No, it's just proficiency bonus.
Oh,
so it's 4.
Nice.
And this is just 1d8 plus, is it my wisdom modifier? Yes, plus my wisdom modifier. So, okay, so it's 15 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I can move him 5 feet towards me.
Oh, nice.
And so that pulls him into range of the Spirit Guardians.
And the first time that he moves. Yep.
So he'll take another.
What was
we'll
it?
do
19? 18?
He failed to save.
Okay, so
Or do you want to re-roll at the start of every one of your turns then?
16, yeah, and that'll
Okay.
just be for the
So
round.
16. Make a
So
note of that just so if I
sure.
ask again. Just because.
Yeah. So 16 more damage
Hey, 16 damage.
on
yeah.
top of whatever my archer form did. I can't remember. Plus the fireball.
Yep. Wonderful. Great turn.
And then I'm gonna be done.
Just so you know, I've been keeping this, but all of your other abilities are fine. It's just spells. Don't use any spell slots. That is the mechanic behind your challenge, okay? So
your Rune Knight stuff is.
yeah, your Rune Knight stuff is okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Because I would have grown big on that first turn then.
We'll go ahead and chalk it up to Bolt's hesitation, not really knowing it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But then a little tiny mirror fairy dragon pops out and tells you it's really okay. It's fine. Yeah, don't as you think. Yeah. The other two acid warriors are going to just start rushing forward. One of them is going to circle around towards Aramis.
So
They can
one can
80.
get about here,
Double move.
so they can get right up to us. Then.
Yeah. Have him go around right behind Aramis then. Yep.
They can double dash.
And then the other one will charge forward.
They can get to here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Put him there.
Take
And then
damage.
put him in the aura.
16 damage, 18 DC.
16 damage.
Or what?
Aura.
Or what?
Okay, perfect. And then it is the top of the round. The Protector begins his turn in the aura.
Right. So 16
So-
damage or
He's gonna have to save.
save throw.
He takes 16 damage and dies.
Sweet.
So yeah, you're. It's just like a swirl of your ancestors just ripping these people.
I'm gonna drop concentration since that was the only guy that defected.
Right.
So,
and then you guys you've been hearing that thumping coming from the workers, and it starts to be a little bit of a rumble, and then the ground beneath Alomah bursts open as a new aberrant creature bursts forward. So just a moment.
Sweet.
the Thresher Maw.
With a froth. It is this.
Whoa.
It is going to burst up right beneath.
I guess he'll take damage when he gets within 15 feet of me.
Yes, he will. He's gonna roll that wisdom save. And he makes his save, so he only
So
takes
8.
he only takes the 8
You
damage.
just have like a constant blender around you.
Here, take a look at it.
That's awesome. It's very spiky.
It's the Thresher Mom.
We are here for the spice, not for the verm.
Okay.
Here for the spice, not the spikes.
So it is going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
And that is a 22
You figured
Hits.
to
to hit in
hit.
his mouth.
It's true. Well, that may become relevant.
Pretty much.
So that's going to be
Just need to put magnets in the bottom and then magnets.
22 piercing damage. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
As this thing basically comes up and just is trying to snap its
That's a 10.
10. It snaps its jaws and swallows you whole.
Crap.
What,
Got a second character prepared? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna do Flash of Genius. That's not a spell slot. I'll
Nope.
give you +3 to your.
To my save?
Yeah.
So that's a 13.
13 is not going to do it.
No.
Dang it.
Tried.
Good try.
Thank you.
Fuck up.
I
Um,
should have. Well, too late.
So you are blinded and restrained while
Okay.
inside.
Okay.
You have total cover against attacks and other effects from
That's nice.
outside. And you're going to take some acid damage at the start of each of the worms' turn.
Oh,
But Spirit Guardians is still in effect.
yeah. I mean,
Yep.
Unless he loses concentration.
Yeah,
And then-
which, by the way, I need to make a concentration check.
And then, of course, we all know that the beast's hide is thinner on the inside. So that you can
Yes.
I actually used a GIF from. I used
President
that
Nancy.
GIF on my
Nice.
Thrycreen build because it's
build?
like he's grappling and then he's making attacks with short swords.
Perfect.
So I'm like, it's like Jack the
hilarious.
Destroyer.
So you are inside.
I'm
Yes.
inside.
Okay.
Correct.
So you could remove him from the board, actually.
Yoink.
The knife is still with you, by the way.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it's going to make a tail stinger attack at. Is there anybody within 10? Technically, it burst from beneath him.
So there.
Yes.
So just like came up and ate him.
Yep. So there is. So Victor. That is a 31 to hit. Would you like to uncanny dodge here? No, or did you use your reaction already?
I have used
don't-
my reaction for the.
The dagger? Does that count as a reaction?
Wasn't that
Sure.
last
I
round though?
Thought-
Yeah, that was the
That
last
was
round
last
for me.
round.
Let me make sure.
Reduce damage.
It's been a hot minute.
Yes.
Okay, blade of defense. When a creature is blade with melee range attack, you can choose to have blade flash mode and deflect the blow, reducing the damage by the weapon's damage dice. The blade
Doesn't
returns
cost
to...
reaction.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, I will use my.
Because I overpowered my own brew class because I love it.
I will. Yeah, I will
Okay.
reduce damage.
So this is going to be 21 piercing damage before the reduction. You can uncanny dodge and then just have that, I believe, is what it is.
yeah.
So, and then you need to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
21 and a half. That's going to be 10. Con save.
I'm gonna use my reaction to invoke the cloud.
Wait a second.
Okay.
So,
Oh, you should have done that when he bit me, and then he would have swallowed one of his.
That'd have been
I
hilarious.
forgot about it. It's been 2 months since
Yeah.
I played. So it actually is going to attack this guy.
Okay, so
Number
you can save your
5.
reaction,
Okay.
and that'll take 21 damage
Number
to
5.
Sounds
number 5. Let me just come on.
A giant cloud fist, as he goes to bite you, just flies out of nowhere and smashes him inside the face. The softest punch ever.
So you no longer have to make the Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
But
But number
that
5
thing will.
does,
Yep.
which is one of the poison
Thank you
ones.
both.
It does not.
It's been a while, but
So it is dead.
You still got it.
Yep. He basically just stings
That
and
sounded
pierces right through the head of that
Damn
thing,
it.
and it just squeals at it as it collapses. Victor.
I
You guys didn't
Wolf.
think it was gonna be
Wolfie,
easy.
your friend's gone,
yeah.
and I will.
Friend is relative to him.
Do you have to have line of sight with Cloud Rune?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, you do not have line of sight to, well,
Yeah, I can see Victor.
through the ice.
I mean, off the edge, I can see him.
Alright, fine. No, allow it just because it's
Doing
already happened.
sword danciness. Unless I am like Maze Ice while I'm up here, then I can definitely see him.
No.
Okay, so I will
I think I know what you're trying to do.
Are you
Can
supposed
I-
to be rolling on the wild magic table for me when I cast spells?
It's supposed to be at the beginning of each of your turns. You did not cast. You did not wild magic.
No, I'm not going
reminding
to
me.
teleport into the belly.
Here's an epic
And
dice
switch
because
places
you're
with it.
embracing chaos, and I like it.
So okay, so I'm going to seeing this
That's what I
thing
thought
come
it
up.
was gonna be.
I am going to cast Cloud of Daggers at its right here.
Okay.
And so Cloud of Daggers.
So when it starts its turn, and when the other one starts its turn, it's going to take some damage.
And that is a second level spell, so that is 2 points. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Spells, features. I'm trying to remember if I have any other bonus actions. Spells. So yeah, I guess. No, that's on the same current turn. Yeah, that's it. I will use the hide action. And step away from it.
Okay. Go and roll me a stealth check, but yeah.
Okay. Natural 20 plus 14.
Okay, yeah, you slip around that
34.
that ice wall, and yep.
Well, I'll be going now.
Thank you. Goodbye. Aramis.
All right. I'm gonna say, "Hang on, Wolfman, I'm coming." I'm gonna dimension door into the into the guy's stomach.
Yeah.
Does it have to be?
It just says
doesn't
like
say that you have to
just
see?
specify the space. Like you say, 200 feet down.
Dimension
So just be
door,
like
you don't have to see the
right above his,
So-
right below him, or whatever. I'm just
So
We see the lump in its throat.
I would say because it is so large, you can teleport into it. Don't start thinking that you can teleport into any creature because of this, though. Like
Yeah.
a human, you can't
yeah,
explode a
obviously.
human.
Well, there's a thing in the spell that it would bounce you off if.
and you
If
take
you can,
damage.
yeah.
Right.
If it occupies
Yeah.
It has to be a hollow space.
So-
Space.
This bug creature is right behind you, and you just disappear. Again, it's kind of like this of ash and embers
Yeah, it
just left
leaves a little
behind.
bit of
Yeah.
like.
Bolt, I have some bad news.
Like what's it called? The Thanos.
They're both gone.
Yep.
Yeah,
need-
a little more orangish, but yeah.
Yeah, we need to
Alright.
recruit more.
Hey, so you appear inside the stomach of this.
We didn't
great
even get
worm.
our first insurance.
We'll switch to
premium.
that battle.
Wolfie,
What are you doing?
we're gonna get out of here.
That was my plan, but I appreciate the help.
Hey, and what else would you like to do?
That's my action.
Oh, okay.
Actually, let's see
I
if
guess
I have a
technically I'm
bonus action.
blinded,
You
so
could,
maybe I
can't
didn't
you-
see you. I'm just
That's true.
You
You, you probably heard his
so,
shoulder
let me check
splash.
my
in it.
phone.
Something else?
So remind me, okay,
can smell it.
if you cast a
There you
spell but you have 2-weapon fighting, right? Can you still use your bonus action to, or is it one or
It has to be with the
other?
attack action. So.
Right? Because then you
Yeah.
have to use a
Yeah.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Let me just see if I have any other bonus
I
actions.
mean, Bardic Inspiration is probably all
Yeah.
you've got.
But you
I
have to
wanna
be able to
save
see
those.
somebody, and you're
That's
blinded
true.
right now.
I
so.
mean, if we're all going to be in the hot tub, I can just transfer in there.
That
too.
one's C. Okay. Yep. Nope. That's
This
it.
is
Attacking
how-
from the outside.
This is how the party dies when I switch places with the blade that's with you.
Okay. Perfect. Bolt. You
So
are
I get pushed because of a wall.
just push you to the left because Victor
I
is.
love
Okay.
Aramis and Aloha.
And then you're gonna take some.
Aloha.
How wonderful it is that we got Aramis and Alomah for one session.
I get eaten.
It's all a swollen
Take 7
guy.
cold damage.
I'm not dead yet.
He's got plans for me.
It will be in a minute, though.
Okay, I'm gonna run up, bonus action to Giant's Might.
Okay.
Wherever it is, it's somewhere on my sheet. There we go. Okay, so that gets a big bolt. Go 20 there.
They will take an attack of opportunity against you.
Number 6.
Yep, but they miss horribly.
Okay. And then I will.
Remember when I said that nothing in here could kill you except for the aberrant creatures?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Remember how you lied? I get it.
I lied.
Liar.
This is payback for Strahd.
Yeah, I couldn't take you out with straw, so I'm just going to throw a purple worm at you. Yep. This is actually a purple worm, in case you are curious. Yeah, I'm just using it as the.
I like it. Thunder Gauntlet.
Because we've never fought one of these before. Thunder Gauntlet.
I do not get advantage on this. Like those. 20 or 30, 29.
29 will hit.
29.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna invoke the Fire Rune.
Okay.
So a D8 plus a D6 for being big. And then, so we'll do that first. So 7 plus 8, 15.
15 damage.
15 thunder damage.
Okay.
And then
And then they need to make a saving throw of some kind, right?
Yeah, so it is, they must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained for 1 minute.
What is the saving throw?
DC 17.
They do not make their save, so they are.
This is the first time it's worked.
Yeah. So you basically
the
bring these
purple
big
worm.
like fiery chains.
They're actually not fire. I want to say they're just like super rusty, but they're like big boat chains for this, like anchor size.
Yeah. And then just like drop the thing's head to the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Okay, so
magic.
it takes-
Not magic, everyone.
It's not. Yeah. That takes 2d6 fire damage. So 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm just going to attack again. 14.
It's restrained, so you get advantage against it as well.
That's a natural 20.
Hey, nice.
So double the dice. And I don't get the d6 because that was on my first attack for Giant Smite.
Yes.
Right? Yeah,
And
because it's once
4.
per one of your attacks. Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's just the single damage, right? You don't double
Yes.
that.
Correct.
12.
12. So you deal 12 damage.
Mhm.
Do you have inspiration already?
I do.
Okay. What I'm going to say is, so you punch the thing, bring it to the ground, and you're rearing back for your second punch, and it opens its mouth to roar at you, and your fist just goes way deep in and slams into its uvula, and the thing goes and regurgitates both Aramis and Alomah because he failed his saving throw that I provided him there. So within 10 feet of the creature, basically, yeah, yep,
So there, and actually
Covered in ichor.
yep, covered in ichor.
Nice.
And I'm like, well, that's really gross. if you stick near me, I can help protect you. That's my way of saying when you're close to me, I get
Yeah,
bonus.
So when you move into a square with your,
It doesn't.
it doesn't. It's just when they.
when I move them or when they move
Perfect,
in.
okay.
Or start their turn. For sure.
Okay. The two workers are going to. They're just going to start running away.
But I'm going to action surge.
Oh, nice. Alrighty then. Never mind. We'll get to them in a moment.
We're just going to keep on the uvula.
So, 2 attacks with advantage.
Nice. First one, 19 plus 12, so 31.
31 will hit. By the way, I'm giving you an epic die, Aramis, but just because, just because you dimension door to go save your friend, like that's if that's not worthy of that,
12 thunder
You're going
damage.
to grab me and dimension,
Dimension door back,
out.
yeah.
The next one is a 23.
23 will hit.
Plus a 13 damage.
13. Okay. And then it is, the workers are just going to, they're going to scurry forward. There's no clear winner decided yet. The purple one's in the back.
Nice.
Yep,
Okay.
they can just move 30. Yeah, 30.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, assuming they're dashing.
Yep, they are. And that's all they're going to do this turn. And then it is, the protector is going to climb up and over its wall to try and bite down at Victor a couple times here.
Now, does his stealth from being hidden help
Oh,
him at all here?
yeah, sorry. He will search for you first.
When he gets on top of that wall, he's going to take damage from Spirit Guardians too.
All right.
So he'll be within my range. So
Go ahead.
it's
Hey, look,
16.
I'll
Oh,
be
that's
like
right.
sitting
That
below it
for-
as
I
it's like
forget.
dripping.
We'll learn it eventually.
Yeah.
It's like alien. Yeah.
So it climbs over the wall. It's starting to like drip this kind of ice, and you're feeling it like on your shoulder, but you're kind of up against the
Should I
wall
make a stealth check?
in the shell. No, you're
did?
still on your cell
Okay,
check.
okay.
Yeah.
And it actually is going to leap over and land behind Alomah and try and attack him instead because you are hidden.
Thanks a lot.
But not from the other one.
That is a 9 to hit on the first one, and the other one is a critical hit.
Okay, I'm going to use my.
I'll reduce the damage.
What's it called? My light cleric feature that's called something, and it gives him disadvantage. Warding flare. When you're attacked by a creature within 30 feet that you can see, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay.
You can use it 4
Tip-
times per long rest, but I have to tell you that before. You
Yeah,
make the
typically you
attack.
have to tell me that before. Sorry about that.
No,
I went a little
that's
fast there.
I will
But-
I'm going to use.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I'm going to use my reaction since it reset at my turn
Uh-huh.
to use the Pariah Shield to take the crit.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to use my
And
non-reaction to reduce it by 2.
I'm
Reduce by
gonna-
2.
I was gonna use
And
my
since
reaction.
crits don't work against me.
Use it.
Well,
We're all
so
using a reaction.
it's the damage, it's not the attack against you. So it'll still be the
It's good to know
full
we all have reactions.
damage. Yeah, everybody can protect everybody now.
Yeah, so that's good.
But then you'll just cut it in
I'll
half,
fill
and then,
that gap.
and then cut it in
that
half
Eve
again.
leaves.
Yeah, so it's
But you can't take crits, huh? Because you've got the adamantine.
right.
Yeah, again, it's the
It changes to force.
it's the damage though. It's not the attack.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
So, but I take half damage from force
Yes.
damage. So. Sweet.
18, 25. So 37, cut in half for the Pariah Shield,
15, 18.
18, and then cut in half again because you are resistant to force
The
damage.
Pariah Shield doesn't
So
cut it in
I
half.
thought the Pariah Shield cut it in half.
It just says you can use your reaction to take that damage.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the
Yep.
creature taking it, when
Yeah.
you do so, it changes to force.
Okay, yeah. So you just
So
take
it's
18 damage. Yep,
Yep,
18
nice.
force damage. As like he's still punching this worm, and all of a sudden the all steel shield just like wraps around and protects Alomah
Nice.
as it slams into him.
Again, thank you.
Help me kill this. That's how you can repay me.
And then it is Alomah's turn.
Okay.
Let's see. This guy's a little close for comfort.
Wait, it's the worm was the one that did the attack?
no,
No, it
this,
wasn't.
this guy did.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And the
Louis,
worm is
the dog.
restrained.
Yes, the worm is restrained right now.
And in
So-
daggers.
That's true. And in
yeah.
Spirit Guardians.
1, 2, 3.
All the things.
He's not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
I actually am
He
surprised.
takes 2d6 fire damage at the beginning of his turn, by the way,
Oh,
from the
nice.
shackles.
You'll have to remind me of that. I'm actually surprised they don't have any resistances on a purple worm.
Really?
Yeah, they're just a big bag of hit points.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
All right. I'm going to.
So many spikes.
He's thick.
I'm going to actually. I'm just going to toll the dead on the purple worm with my action.
Okay.
So it's again Wisdom DC 18.
Purple worms? Not very wise. That's
Surprisingly.
fails. Yeah.
What? No. Kidding.
And stick name.
For
Shy
oh, boy.
halutes. Not very wise.
Wow. Oh
Let's
no
send
no
that
no no!
around
These
the-
are D12s because
Fremen.
he's taking damage.
Yep.
So
Yes.
sorry, D12. Here we go. That's better. Nice. 25 damage.
25 damage. Nice.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to. You know what? I'm gonna step away from this guy.
Okay.
And
He recharged it. At the
That's
beginning of his
right.
turn, so.
but I think actually before you roll and tell me if it hits, I'm gonna use my reaction to impose disadvantage on the opportunity attack.
Okay.
So just so you're aware, that puts you directly adjacent.
Right. I'm not
If
gonna
you're okay
end
with
there.
that.
I'm not gonna end there. I was just kind of moving this way. So he
Well,
has disadvantage.
I said stay near me.
Well, I rolled 2 natural ones. I don't know what that
Whoa.
means, but it's
You
wonderful.
should quit while you're behind.
Okay, I'll leave. Good night, everybody.
We'll see you next session.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually move
Thanks,
to right
Mr. Holland.
here. And I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna Thorn Whip number 8.
Nice.
And so yeah, like the snaking vines, and I crit.
Very nice.
Come out.
Is it actually vines, or do you want to do a lunar flavor for that one as well?
No, it's gonna be
Okay.
nature. It'll be a vine.
You create a miniature black hole in your hand and it pulls it towards you.
Okay, sorry.
That's
So
OP.
that means it's gonna be 66.
It evaporates really fast.
Plus 2d8.
We all just start like grabbing the grass.
I'm just gonna roll here.
Extra nerd points if you know where wind tunnel comes
This.
from. Wind tunnel.
Okay.
Give you a clue. 90s anime.
What happened? Why did it go away? Okay,
Has
so
a
that's
dog,
10.
dog demon.
All right, somebody give me some
Inuyasha.
d6s.
How many?
Haven't
I know,
seen
but
that.
there's
That many.
I haven't seen that one.
I was just gonna. I mean, I have D6,
That's true.
Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the man shorts ones.
That's true.
36 damage.
36. Okay.
And I will pull him towards me.
Go ahead and give me that new.
And so he'll take. Oh, that's right, because it's a new turn.
Yep. New turn.
So
He will be taking the full damage.
4d8 is going to be.
Does he do anything when he goes through the cloud room or cloud?
It says
Sign is 18.
18.
Yeah.
when it
Well,
enters
he's
the
dead.
spell's area for the
Sweet.
first time on a turn, or it starts its turn there.
Okay.
Technically, that would have been on a turn entering
Yeah.
that spell's area.
Yep. So it literally is destroyed by a combination of thorny vines, the ancestors, and a few little daggers slicing through it.
guide me.
Yep.
Okay, and then let me see where I want to end.
May it
2, 3.
protect you.
1, 2, 3.
Is that
1,
from
2,
Hot
3.
Rod?
Yeah, I'll be right here.
Okay. Perfect.
May your hammer be mighty.
That's so
Okay. Top of the next round here. Oh, end of your turn. You do actually spark with some wild magic.
Uh-oh.
Let me pull up the wild magic table here.
Done.
I should
Fireball
always have-
on yourself.
Well, good on you.
Kaboosh.
Go ahead and roll me that D100.
D100.
Yep.
I'm just writing down all
It's,
these potential
77.
nicknames.
77.
Got Wolfie, Wolfman, Wolfboy, Sir Barks-a-Lot,
Yeah,
and Wild Wolf.
Sir Barks-a-Lot.
Barky McBarkface.
Yeah, somebody's got to take up the mantle of the nicknamer.
Yep. You cast
Why not
polymorph
bark?
on yourself.
Wow.
If
Oh,
you
no.
fail the saving throw, you turn into a sheep for the spell's duration.
So what's my save?
It is your save.
Oh, no.
So
It's an
wisdom
18.
of 18.
I think. What is polymorph? Just to make sure.
I think it's
So
It's a wisdom save.
If
Yeah.
it bites you, you might start
Okay.
bleeding.
I got a 50% chance.
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I can't. Like.
Was that a 9 or
Be
a
careful when
6?
you're throwing those.
Where's the dot? Okay, the dot's on the bottom. So that was an 18. I rolled an 18.
Okay, yeah. You feel yourself like kind of shifting a little bit. We'll just say that you have a little bit of like sheep wool hair for a moment.
You couldn't pull the
You
wool
can
over
brush
your
it off.
eyes.
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Give that.
Oh.
Yes.
We're good tonight, guys. It's good
Welcome
to be
to
back.
season 2, baby.
Yeah, perfect.
Twice the puns. Twice the adventure.
It is the purple worm's turn. I'm assuming he takes a lot of different damages.
Yes.
Damage from you, damage from you, damage from you.
Six fire
You get
damage.
some damage, and you get some
Full
damage.
18. On that.
Salt Bay him with damage.
How much damage?
6 fire damage.
6 fire damage. What was it?
14.
14.
So there's
Dagger
20.
damage. Okay.
And
And
it
that-
can make its strength save at the end of its
At
turn.
the end of its turn.
Slashing if matters.
Slashing does
Hope it
not.
fails.
I hope it fails too.
So I'm
It is
take
going to
with
try and
some
bite
damage.
you.
Okay, it has disadvantage.
Yep, it has disadvantage.
If it swallows you, it chokes because you're so big.
So it is a 24 to hit.
That misses because I have 25 with 2 people next to me.
Nice.
Yep. So it kind of like
Nice.
lunges forward and like snaps a little bit, but
And,
it just barely-
I just do like a big slap, like no, and it just like hits the ground.
Boop his nose.
Punch a shark.
and then it's going to try and bring its tail stinger around and hit Aramis.
Okay.
Which is disadvantage either way.
Double disadvantage because it's restrained
That is
and
a
it has
16 to
Miss.
hit. Okay. You manage to just quickly.
Feel the wind like
Yeah.
like
Yep. That definite poisonous stinger. And then it is.
That's because this is only like
saving
this is
throw.
only like 1/8 of the purple form. The rest of it's like
What is the DC on the strength saving throw?
17.
17. It makes it save, so it finally breaks free from your ancient
Alright, well, that
chains.
changes things. What am I doing now?
Aramis, better figure it out quick.
Well, I'm gonna just stab him anyways. Why not? I just don't get triple
I think you
damage.
ought to step up.
Oh yeah, I'll move forward, and I'm just gonna stab.
Remember, you don't have your magic item bonus right,
Right
now.
So I'm taking
Yep.
basically just -1 off of this.
Yeah.
So that is 21 to hit
21 will hit.
for 7 damage.
7 damage.
And I'll stab again. That's gonna be a 14 to hit.
14 will miss.
Okay, and then bonus action,
Yeah.
stab again. Ugh, that's even worse.
Okay.
Horrible. Yeah. Okay.
Call it good there.
Yep.
Bolt, it is your turn. As Aramis comes in and just starts slice. A couple of them just hitting on those little like ridge,
Yeah.
mouth ridge things.
First
Yeah.
attack is a 25.
25 will hit.
For 13 damage.
13 damage.
Thunder damage.
Okay. And disadvantage on people other than you.
People other than me. The next attack's a 17.
17 will miss.
I'll use inspiration. My inspiration.
Okay.
Again. Way higher. Like
Yeah, that'll hit.
almost a 20. And that's 10 thunder damage.
10 thunder damage. Okay. This thing is looking a little battered at this point, but it is still
beat up.
A little beat up. Yep.
Restrained, though.
Yeah, it is no longer restrained. Then after your turn, it is the worker's turn. So they are both within range, I'm assuming, yeah?
This one is not yet.
Okay, well, he's going to move within range on his
Okay.
turn because they are mindless workers. They both fail their saves. It's 18 damage.
18.
They have 17 life. They both just get torn to pieces.
And I crawl up and just
Yep, these things are not, they're kind of one-track minded, so.
Red mist.
Yeah.
as these starry forms, just like
I smell.
The Protector is also going to take that 18 damage. And he is going to...
pretty good insight noise.
Did it move up too?
Yes. Victor, did we miss your turn? Somewhere in there?
I'm 13.
Yes,
been
you should have
after-
been before,
Oh.
Ezra.
Oh, that's fine.
So go ahead and take your turn before...
Aramis. And
Aramis.
we'll get.
Yeah, not Ezra.
I know. New characters.
I'm gonna.
I've been calling you Ezra. Dallin, I've been calling you Ezra when I've been talking to Scott for like the past couple weeks.
I'm going to use attack the
Yeah,
blue
Ezra
one.
shared his thing that he edited. Oh my
So that is a
Oh,
29 to hit.
29 on the bluey? Yes.
And that's
You had advantage on that, by the way, because you were hidden from it.
It's out of the box. So that's
Okay.
not any better. It's with Cinder Hearth, so D10.
Do the ice walls go down at all, like when one of them dies?
No.
Or are they like permanent?
They're permanent.
Okay.
So that's 12.
I mean, they'll melt eventually.
Yeah.
Or you can try and attack them.
That's 5. So that's going to be 5 damage, 5 fire damage,
Okay.
12 just the piercing damage,
17.
and then I'm going to use my bonus action and attack him again with.
Don't forget you have sneak attack.
And sneak attack. You're right. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Because you were hidden.
You were
And
hidden.
I have-
Yeah.
and I have advantage.
Yeah.
So let's get it. Sneak attack is 6d6. 17 for
So-
the sneak attack.
It was 17 plus 17.
And I'll
34.
34. I think I can reroll one of the damage dice for my piercer. Return. Still the same. As per
Yay,
usual.
the curse of Piercer
As per
continues.
usual. And then I'm gonna, like I said, I'll attack him with my bonus action to switch places with one of the blades using performance points.
Okay.
That's enough for one. So never mind. So I will, just kind of let it burn, and then I'll.
Yeah, there's definitely like some steam coming out of the thorax as you stab into it. It's just like blasting you in the face a little bit.
And that's it. So I guess I'll just kind of switch places.
Where are you going?
Just on the other side.
So it starts its
Does
turn.
it move?
No, it doesn't move. It's
Oh.
it's
You just
a
trade in
dagger.
place with the
I like
dagger,
it.
yeah.
Stab it.
You want to be right next to me? Right
Sure.
there?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Just on the other side.
All the allies surrounding you.
Yeah, it has to be two allies per one AC. So that's
So the Protector starts his turn. He's going to roll his... Fails to save. takes 18 damage and dies. Perfect. And then
I totally killed that one.
the other soldier is gonna go. Is he within range or?
He's not yet. 1, 2, 3. No, he would need to move one.
How smart is he? He'll roll an intelligence. Ooh, that's a natural 1. He's gonna rush in,
Only fools.
fail his saving throw, and die. Literally, they were all that close to death.
It's
So
a blender.
yes.
Falling in love.
So there's just like chunks of bug around you guys now, and the ancestors are all giving each other quick high fives, just like yeah. But it is
Like I said,
It's
I'm
normal.
made for swarms.
It's pretty good, I must say. It's much better than my daggers.
ooh already the competition.
I will find
It
a
is
way.
your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna toll the dead again on the worm. So it's a DC Wisdom 18.
Not very wise.
And that's
Dong.
3d12, 3d12. No, that's a 20. Sorry. That's my 12 sided die. Oh, it's the same. Ooh, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. 26. 26 damage.
26 damage.
And then bonus action archer attack.
Okay.
And that is a 26 to hit
26 will hit.
for, let's see. Oh, well, never mind. So, 22 damage.
22 damage. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Anything else that you would like to do?
That's,
Okay.
nope, that's it.
So you just start focusing in all your energy onto this creature. It will start its turn and roll me another.
Yeah, a new.
Oh, and I need to. You actually are going to wild magic surge again.
Okay. The damage this round is 12 plus 7, 19.
19.
Plus whatever cloud of daggers
Oh yeah. Cloud of daggers
Cloud of
damage.
daggers.
do you put on right next to
And
them?
then roll me a d100 for your.
Okay, Cloud. I'm not in spells.
21.
21.
Cloud of daggers is. Drum roll. There's one of the dice that's caught on the edge of the thing that's slowly falling down to 4. 14.
14 damage. Okay. So your 21 is creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against the next spell you cast in the next minute that involves a saving throw.
Nice. Okay.
So a little burst of energy for you there.
Cool.
The worm is going to make a bite attack at Bolt.
Bring it on.
And he is it's a 27.
It hits.
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Which barely hits.
Can he swallow large creatures?
Yeah, if it is large or smaller.
13?
13. So you take 23 damage and you are swallowed.
Flash of Genius to add +3, so 16.
You are still swallowed. Yeah. It is a 19 DC in case you're curious.
Okay.
So, yep, it just kind of rears up and just takes the biggest one of you and just swallows it whole.
Not the worst thing that's swallowed.
And then it's going to bring its stinger around on Aramis again. Right? And it's with disadvantage on this one, so that is only a 23 to hit.
Ooh, that hits.
Give me a Constitution saving throw,
Reduce
please.
the damage by 3.
3. Okay.
I'm gonna add an epic dice to that.
Okay.
Con save, you said?
Yes.
14.
14 is not going to be enough. So first of all, you take 19 piercing damage as the stinger hits you. And then you are going to take
Is this a Frodo moment with Sheila?
a little bit.
Are you gonna die?
Here's some poison damage for you.
I hated that first book.
52 poison damage.
Holy crap. I was just kidding.
52.
I'm still alive, but barely.
Yep. And you're not poisoned or anything else, but
So
Yeah.
poison just like shoots out your nose. Just like,
yeah.
It's not rockets, just some poison.
Victor, it is your turn.
oh, my friend, are you okay?
Do I
Bolt!
look like I'm alright?
I'm sorry if I hit you. I will, I guess, start throwing everything I got at it.
I'm not deafened. I can still hear.
Yes.
I'm just blind and
So-
restrained.
I'll use Moonfang.
Okay.
That's a 17 plus 11, so that's 28.
That'll hit.
That's 1d4 plus 8. So nothing special. 4
Sneak
plus
attack.
my sneak attack. So that is 12 damage for the first hit.
So you moved right up next to it, right?
17 damage.
29.
So 12. But I'm going to reroll one. That's the one.
29.
29. Didn't
Would you like to
change.
describe killing it?
Sure. So whatever I see where Bolt is, like kind of in the thing, Victor's just kind of look around and see if he can find some weak points in the chitin or whatever the kind of armor.
Mhm.
And then he's just going to go and then send his blades in to just like eviscerate the rest of it.
Okay, yeah. And the creature lets out one final shriek and falls to the ground dead. You're no longer restrained, and you can escape by using 20 feet of movement exiting prone. As you
I'll
just
just
kind of
tumble out of.
Yeah, you just take that
bit
same
of it.
cut opening that Victor made and just like fall out
Kill
to the ground.
the tumor.
So
There's
who has fire?
there's a flesh tumor.
There is a
Go
flesh
you
tumor
are
that is kind of.
fire.
Yep.
Right. This. Right over here.
Yes, the fleshy mess.
Yeah, I'll just go over and I'll use I never took Firebolt. So I've got to do Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Which I will cast at Oh wait, does Word of Radiance? It does radiant damage probably.
I mean, fire is effective against it, but it's not the only thing that's effective against it. Like,
Okay.
it's just a vulnerability
it's-
situation.
It's
Yeah.
not like it's immune to everything
Yeah.
else.
I mean, the four of you working together, or three of you, or two of you, if
Right.
Aramis wants to take a break as well.
well, I don't have any. I can just
Yeah.
go punch it, but
Yeah, you
And I
guys can kind of rip it apart, rip it
Yeah.
to pieces.
Thorn Whip.
And quiet settles down on the area. You can hear the song kind of filtering back in from the Forest of Harmony, and that's where we're going to end tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. That was absolutely wonderful. It's so good to be back. I had so much fun.
That was awesome.
Scott, you got to paint a worm. Maybe we do that tomorrow.
maybe.
We'll see. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Good to have you all back. Thank you. Inspirations all around just because I'm generous. And next time we will continue our adventure into Hollowbend Keep is what I'm calling this specific area. So
Nice.
thank you to Syrinscape once again for providing a bunch of cool sounds that you heard tonight. Not when combat started, obviously, that we've been quiet for a little bit here. And don't forget to do all the fun things like comment, subscribe, join us on Twitch or here on YouTube on Fridays for some cool chit chat, and buy our merch.
Join the Vanguard.
Yeah,
Fight
join
the
the
algorithm.
Yeah, go to our Discord. It's great. Yeah.
Skull and Crossbones. If you're excited, we're back.
Yeah.
Check us out on Fridays at 7 Mountain Time, and
Yes, right. 7 Mountain Time. Forgot that part.
we stream.
Yep. Okay. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.